battering ram, Robidoux. And Robidoux has been the one that's been the biggest battering ram. He's got the most yardage so far. Pick up on the play of about 6. You know, after doing baseball and the slow-paced game that is trying to get yourself back into swing of football.
That's where this brother works so pretty good. Get you ready for when you get the basketball on top of it.
Yeah, there's a handoff back up the middle, first down from the 35 off. It's going to be the quarterback on the keeper, and all the way up to the 41-yard line. So pick up on the play is going to be about 7.
Yeah, Elkhart Lake has yet to pass the ball.
Yeah, with everybody in tight, they may not.
And, you know, had it not been for that fumble.
Yeah, they got a bunch of splits on a first down. Quarterback alone in the setback. Here comes a handoff, and Robidoux is going to get stacked in the backfield.
Austin Lane.
Yeah, Austin Lane, good job there. Lost on the play of 4, brings up now 2nd and 14, and there's a little wrinkle that Elkhart Lake showed, but Von Beulah, and it didn't work.
Now right here, Lena's had him the Titans, I should say, had him a few times, when it's possible they pass the ball. They can make one more defensive stop here on the run. It would force Elkhart Lake to throw the ball.
Well, right now, watch for that same formation going the other way. High snap, quarterback on the keep. He got hit in the backfield, broke one tackle, broke a second one. Shaw will pick up about the 4 he lost, and gained about 3 more, so he gained about 7 on the play.
About 7. Andrew had a chance to get up for a loss of another 3 or 4 yards.
He got nailed twice in the backfield.
Yeah.
So 3rd down at the whole 45-yard line. They do have some minor changes between offense and defense for the Titans. Well, they got 2 split out right here. Again, everybody else split out. Shaw in the backfield. Shaw with the football. He's going to hold on to it. Snick to the outside. He's got the first down, and he's all the way inside the 50 to the 45-yard line.
And there was no look at all, no thought of passing that ball. He got it. He tucked it away and took off.
10-yard pickup on the play. Brings up now 1st down 10 on the Titans' 45-yard line. Yeah, I don't know if they even attempted a pass there.
They haven't thrown the ball yet. They haven't.
No, I'm talking about last year.
No, they haven't even thought about it.
Again, in motion, a handoff. And again, this is going to be the Conan, and Lang got him in the backfield.
You better watch and not be talking too much. You notice the Titans were in a different defensive setup there. They had their linemen all standing up.
Right. Loss of 5 on the play brings it back to just on their side of the 50-yard line.
Now we've seen Elkhart Lake in this, down in distance a few times, and they still run the ball and have been able to pick it up so far. Down to 1:40 to go in the first quarter, no score.
This time they're going to bring everybody in tight. Brennan Kane is the fullback. Handoff and a fumble. He bobbled it.
Yeah, he bobbled it.
But he got it back. There's Robidoux on about 2.
That slowed him down right away.
Pick up on the play. Actually, only 1 brings up now 3rd down and 14.
We've got 3rd and 14 for the recorders.
You're going to see Conan coming in, and this time coming out is Kane. Kane sometimes will stay in as a fullback, and Robidoux and Conan will alternate. This time, Robidoux is the fullback. It was the halfback the last time. Here we got a pass attempt, chase out of the pocket, and right now he's got some room, and he dumps it off, and it's going to be incomplete as it hit the shoulder pad. It was an 88, which would be Regan Dipple.
Receiver, what really wasn't looking for. That's one question I have for you. Are the linemen still ineligible?
You're still ineligible.
Okay. So there's 3 eligible players on a team.
Always. And you still cannot leave the line. You still can't cross the line of scrimmage on a pass
Right.
play.
Okay.
Unless he breaks the line of scrimmage, then you can go downfield and take care of it.
I think he was in a spot there after breaking away from the big time sack. He should have just kept the ball and run it. Here we go with a punt.
And a warning about the fake, like the one Lena had. Little snap, good punt. And it's going to be fumbled, and guess what? Elkhart Lake from Buick's going to get it back.
It was, Riley Marquardt right through the wicket.
And that is a killer right there. You did a good job defensively. You're going to get the ball back. And
You hate to say it, he was looking a little shaky doing the two-step trying to get himself situated.
yeah.
And it's not a good thing when it hits your pads. You're usually not going to hang on to it.
Now, you got to go with your hands or breadbasket. Clock running at 28 seconds left to go, first quarter, quick first quarter. Right now, timeout. We got Lena with the timeout. So we'll take a break here, our first timeout. No score between Oconto, or between Elkhart Lake and Buell. You were talking about next week, in a couple weeks. And the Titans, nothing. Back right after this on your home for high school sports, WOCO Stereo FM.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Quick first quarter right now, no score. Something didn't look right on defense. Lena will take the timeout. With about 23 seconds left to go. It's good enough that you take the timeout now because you don't want them to score on a misread on defense.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, they're better off to use a timeout and hopefully make a stop.
And the thing is with the humidity and the warmth it is, they could, halfway through the first quarter, the officials could call a timeout for a water break. And that is for safety reasons. So we're on the 25-yard line, first down and 10. Shotgun formation, everybody out wide. And it's going to be the quarterback on the key, Shaw trying to get to the outside. He gets about 3 or 4 on the play. And it is going to be a second down and about 5 after a 5-yard pickup on the play.
That will be the end of the first quarter.
And we'll step out here as well. Quarter 1 out of the way. We're switching sides and we're switching quarters. Break number 2 here in the first half on your home high school sports. WOCO Stereo FM, no score.
This is Kirsten, General Manager of the Peshtigo and Oconto Pharmacies. Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medications? Stop in and see our pharmacist about our cost minimization program. We would love to save you some money. Peshtigo and Oconto Pharmacies, our family helping your family.
Springtime means cleaning time. It's also a time to take a look at the flooring. Has it seen its better days? Time to head to Factory Direct Flooring of Green Bay. At Factory Direct Flooring, you can avoid the middleman. Save on carpet, tile, and vinyl flooring every day. Carpet start at 55 cents per square foot. Vinyl flooring starting at 99 cents per square foot. They also have custom area rugs. You design them, we make them. That's at Factory Direct Flooring, 1330 South Military Avenue at the intersection of 9th Street in Green Bay.
We're going into the second quarter, and so far, both teams with a miscue. Elkhart Lake going in deep into Lena territory, fumbled the football, and now, unfortunately, it was a muffed punt by the Titans that has now given Elkhart Lake from Beulah excellent field position.
Yeah, and right now, Elkhart Lake has been pretty much running the ball at will. So,
But it's funny it's because the last time they did the spread offense, if they did the jet sweep is what they were doing.
Right.
Lena was the Titans. It was there and crushing the ball carrier. So that didn't work. But the powerful formation has been killing.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like on every 4-down series, Lena makes 1 or 2 good plays, but they Elkhart Lake can still capitalize and run the ball.
So right now, we're starting off again in shotgun formation, double wingbacks, and the tight end split out wide in motion. Shaw is going to hand off. This is Robidoux on the carry, fighting his way up. He's to about the 15-yard line. He's going to be just shy of the first down marker.
That kind of looked like the 11-man 7-hole counter play.
Yeah.
So I guess this would be a 5-hole counter.
that would be right. 4-yard pickup on the play.
And I would be ready. Either the quarterback's going to run the outside of it. They might just pound the ball up the middle on this one.
Yeah, everybody in tight. His quarterback on the keep. He's inside the 15 to the 14. He's
close.
They've got the first down.
I didn't realize they were that close. I thought it was a little bit longer. But that wasn't that great of a quarterback sneak.
No. Pick up on the play up two as they're inside the 15 down to about the 14-yard line. Pitch to the outside, trying to cut it back up is Conan. And Conan gets back to about the 13-yard line, pick up on the play of one. So second down and 9 after 1 yard pick up on the play.
Jacob Steidel with the tackle. I'm thinking that's Robbie Steidel today.
So second down and 9. This time, this is going to be Robidoux on the carry. And boy, he got hammered twice in the back. He did pick up a yard.
Cruz had him first, and then Younger kind of bounced off, but still got him down with one hand.
Picked up on the play of only one, second down and 8, and now that's back-to-back. Good stuff by the Titans.
But now they have to finish off the job here and make, not just one more. This is 2 down. They're going to go for it. They're not going to kick it.
Redloff just left the field as he's now alternating with Conan. Again, everybody in tight I formation behind the quarterback. Handoff. This is going to go to Conan, and Conan to about the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up now 4th down.
Steidel was one on a tackle. And Lang. 4th and
About 5.
Long 5.
Well, only a 2 yards. They keep adjusting it. So that is about 6 yards. Because they got to get down. They started off at about the 13 and a half yard line. Now 4th down and 6. Everybody in tight. Conan is the deep back. Pitch, and he fumbled it, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to get a huge loss. Boy, a bad pitch, and Conan loses about 5.
Yeah, I'm not sure really how bad the pitch was on that, Larry. It looked to me like it hit him right in the hands. I don't think he was looking the ball in. I think he was trying to look where he was going to run. And it's just like when you're trying to catch a ball. You can't run before you catch it.
Loss around the play 5. Brings out 1st down and 10 for the Titans.
Titans get another break. Part of that was their own making. They did make a good stand when they got down to the 15-yard line. But we need to see them move the ball here a little bit. If anything, just to flip the field.
And they're going to split everybody around. Handoff. This is going to go to number 7. And Lane killed.
Put a penalty on illegal shift.
And everybody didn't set.
I actually thought he fumbled the ball when it first happened.
So they'll march him back 5 yards. Opposite from when they had the penalty before, when they got a positive 15. Right now, everybody comes in, they shift a little bit, and this is going to be Jack on the carry. And Farley out nowhere.
He went backwards, actually. It's going to be a loss of 1 or 2.
A loss is going to be now a second down at about 17, 18. And a 2.
Going the wrong way right now.
Now we need to be going the other way.
And we don't have much more to go the way they're going.
As they're back on about the 8-yard line. Hornick split out wide. Handoff. This is going to go back to the wing back.
One thing I noticed here is just like, Joe, it's hard to see that scoreboard. They need to raise it about 3 feet.
Or raise the press box up 3 feet.
Correct.
So Hornick, not Hornick, it is going to be Marquardt on the carry. Pick up about 3rd and 14, so 3-yard pickup on the play. Look at a big play for Elkhart Lake Beulah in the middle there.
Yeah, that's one I wish they would. I like it better when they put the size and weights in there.
Anyway, they only carry 2 down linemen anyway. Back to pass, Farley looking to chase out of the pocket. And he's going to be tackled at about the 3-yard line on a sack.
They're going to give him a little forward progress closer to the 5.
Okay. So,
well, Anderley's going to have to get a hold of one here. As there's no breeze. The flags on the goalposts are just all hanging just straight down.
And it's humid. And he's about 5 yards in the end zone. I don't know if it's going deep to receive here, I believe. Anderley, this time he's going to get it off. A 1-step punt. And caught at about the 35. Is inside the 30, down to the 20.
That was Rebido that caught him.
Rebido?
Yeah.
No, 40.
40, oh.
And
Dylan Conan,
Yep. He is.
That's a decent punt by Anderley, but he needed the better angle so it would drop and get the bounce. So that was a really nice running catch by the punt returner.
Right now they're back to about the 13-yard line, 12-yard line. So Lena's got their back against the wall again. They need to put a stop here. 6:24 left to go here in the half. Fumble, and Shaw's going to come down with it.
There's one play for him. There's been a few fumbles here, but you got to remember this is the first game. And when you talk about this being early, it seems early for playing games. This is usually their scrimmage night.
Used to be, yes. And it turned out to be last week.
Yep.
By the way, 2 carries for a minus. The last 2 carries were for minus 7 yards for Elkhart Lake Beulah. They're split out twins on the far side wing back. Here is going to be Robidoux in motion. Here comes the quarterback, Shaw. He's going to keep it. Nice little wall there. He's inside the 10 and out at about the 9, 8-yard line?
Yeah, I'm not sure what 62 is for Lena. They have a couple 52s. Did you get a number change on that one?
No. 8. So a 4-yard run on that one.
They're in about 6.
Right now, 5:40 left to go. 5:40 left to go in the half. Wow. Tackled out of bounds. Shaw in shotgun jet sweep formation. And Shaw with the key. If you try and cut to the inside, he's down inside the 5. He's close to the end zone.
It's going to be a first and goal.
First and goal. At the 1-yard line.
He's tough to bring down, I'll say that much, when he gets out on the corner.
Back on the play by Hunter Borger.
Hunter Borchard, as you heard down the tackle.
All right, that's number 62 then.
There you go. I didn't get that one.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a name on it either. Touchdown.
And that is going to be Honan on a 1-yard run. And the Resorters now up by a score of 6-0. And very seldom do you see a kick for extra point.
Or usually it's 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm. Honan stepping out.
Well, that's a little bit of a surprise for this play. Rebido's in there.
And they also have the fullback would be, and this is a shot to the outside, and he's going to sneak into the end zone.
He just about let up a little early on that one. 8-0, Elkhart Lake, 5:28 to go.
And so we're going to take a break, come back with the kickoff right after this. On your home bicycle sports, WSCO Stereo FM 8-0.
Wisconsin law requires all youth athletic organizations to educate coaches, athletes, and parents on the risks of concussions and head injuries. The law prohibits participation in a youth activity until the athlete and parents have signed an agreement sheet indicating they have reviewed concussion and head injury information materials. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction has published the Sideline to Safety Guidelines for Youth Athletic Organizations. Visit the WIAA website to learn more at www.wiaawi.org.
As we get ready for the kickoff at Elkhart Lake Glen Beulah, Lena St. Thomas Aquinas is going to come in and go on offense. And right now, I'm looking at 28 minus 2, 26 offensive plays here in the first half. Compared to
26?
Yeah, well, it's 28 minus the 2 open spots, 6 and 6. Well, actually minus 3, so it's 25.
And you know what? Those plays, I bet you 20 have been run on Lena's side of the field.
Yeah. And then right now 14 plays.
So the score being 8-0, Lena trailing by only 8 points. They should feel pretty fortunate right now.
Yeah. They have 13 offensive plays for the Titans. You're right. It's just as easy to say the Titans and Lena St. Thomas.
Or it's either that or just say Lena, like been saying Elkhart Lake.
Yeah, and they're the Resorters, by the way.
Yeah, I see they got an R with a fancy R on their helmet. This is a pretty nice kickoff.
And here it comes on the return.
Marquardt?
And Marquardt trying to bring it up. Finished off at about the 22 or 25-yard line. Still a 5-man crew for this football as well. Yeah, I see the numbers. It looks like numbers on one side, the R's on the other.
Okay.
Or is it?
Yeah, that's what it is. I didn't notice there were numbers, but there's an R on the one side. It's like a flame, or I don't know what it is on.
Yeah. So the Titans were first down and 10. By the way, they used the Notre Dame colors, dark blue and gold. Farley on the keeper, trying to get to the outside, trying to cut it back up. Blue is about a yard on the play.
I'm going to have no comment on the colors so I don't get in trouble. As I'm wearing my Miami Hurricane shirt. Not a fan of Notre Dame.
Well, no, it's
But that's what
it's the old gold and the navy blue.
That's what they've been all, ever since they went to the Titans.
It's kind of funny with the Irish, being dark blue, navy blue and gold instead of the green and gold. They're going to split out two wingbacks and Hornet wide. Back to pass, flag down, and it could be complete for about 3.
I did notice last year Notre Dame did wear green one time. Actually, looked a lot better. They had 2 men in motion at the snap on that play.
And again, on that one, what you have to do is, if you have 2 at the same time, both have to be set about a second. You can start one more, as long as he doesn't go to the line of scrimmage.
Right, but see what happened is, I think more is the second one went in motion, one that was not supposed to, went right before the play, and
They're going to decline it.
yep, 3rd and 9. Yeah, I don't think that's a big player. The Titans do not want to give the ball back right now.
Everybody in tight. In motion, Marquardt. Pitch to the outside, Marquardt. Has one guy to beat. He gets knocked out of bounds. And he's going to get up to about the 30-yard line.
That play was well defense. What do you do now? 4th and about 6, 7?
Well, you look at the time. In 4 minutes, you have to punt it.
You know, 28. I would agree with you on that.
So pick up on the play of 1, 4th and 6.
And unfortunately, Lena's already burned they've used their fake punts, so that has drawn attention. You know, that's a good time to use it. First punt of the season. You know,
I would come back to it again and see if it'll work.
yeah. I mean, maybe not right now, maybe not, but later on.
Because the last punt they had a huge run back.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, again, going deep to receive the punt. Two-step punt, end over end, on the run.
29-yard punt.
Punting to the 50, inside the 50, fights his way all the way down to 44.
29-yard punt, and 29-yard punt probably about a 12-yard return.
Look at where Mike's standing. Yeah, about a 9.
Oh, yeah, 9. There you go, yeah.
Mike Hockowitz, a long-time statistician.
Formerly known as Mike Baker.
Yeah. And used to have this job right here. Fisher wants to take my job over.
I hate to say, when Mike was doing the play-by-play, I was playing.
You were playing?
Yeah.
So was I. There's split out twins, near side, wing back, far side. Shaw, the quarterback, in looking probably for the jet sweep. Shaw's going to keep it, cut it back up the middle. He's got plenty of room to cross the 30, 35, down inside the 20, and upended at about the 15-yard line.
He made a little fake like he was going to pass the ball. Speaking of Mike, I see in the paper they got some new scoreboards in the gymnasium in honor of his grandson.
Yes. So
yeah, he hesitated just for a second on that play, like he was going to pull up and throw it. The way Lena's offense has been so far, this would kind of be a backbreaker if they give up another score here before halftime.
So right now, 1st down 10 on their own 16. Shaw's got a huge gap on the far side. He's inside. Did he get inside? No, he went out of bounds at about the 1-yard line.
Touchdown.
They called a touchdown.
That was, you say he had a huge hole? That was more than huge.
Well, right now, they brought the quarterback over on a conversation. 16-yard touchdown run.
Well, there's been a little bit of, jawing back and forth. You guys are making, when people make it, guys make a tackle, maybe there's something said there. And, the only way they can, stop that is you throw a flag.
Yeah.
Which so far, knock on wood, this has been a pretty well played game penalty-wise.
Okay, after this touchdown, we'll hold it here as right now, 3:16 left to go in the half. So a reminder, we're down to a 12-minute halftime with a 3-minute warm-up period. We'll release at 15-3. Quarterback on the keep, straight up the middle, fight his way through. Did he? He's in. 2-point conversion. Shaw on the keeper. And right now, 16-0, and all 16 points have come in the second quarter.
Lena doesn't have to score now, but they need to get a couple first downs here and, if nothing else, run this clock out. Because there's a few guys coming off. You can see the Lena guys are tired. They're hanging their heads a little bit. The offense cannot go 3-0.
And right now, the officials need on this touchdown to give them a water break. And they got the old hand crank style, air pressure.
This is one of them days where you got to tell the guys to be all around the state, whoever they're playing, you should be drinking all day long. Just like you say, once you're thirsty, it's too late.
I'm always thirsty. That's the problem.
Yeah, once you start cramping up,
Yeah. But for me, I'm always thirsty. So what does that say?
And you're not running around
at all. But then again, how much moisture do you expend talking? You know, as far as every time you breathe in and breathe out and use your voice. Usually, on days like this, I like to carry a piece of candy, to suck on. Except I left my bottle of water sitting in the refrigerator back in the trailer.
Well, it'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, be good and cold.
You might be under your tent tomorrow most of the day. Your canopy.
Well, I was under the canopy most of today too,
but tomorrow might be for rain because.
Well, no, I would not. I'd have the canopy out. It all depends on the wind. But I would end up. I'd probably sit inside anyway.
So I hope with the 1 to 5, the wristbands at the fair, I hope the kids took advantage of that this afternoon, like ours did, and tonight, because the rest of the weekend does not look very promising.
Well, Sunday is supposed to be clear.
But there's a 1 to 5 and it's done. I'm kind of curious to see how that foosball works out.
Ooh, yeah, they want to know if you and I want to do the play-by-play for that. That would be fun, but I
was kind of puzzled because it's $5 to get in. I didn't realize that they moved it into the grandstand.
Yeah, and the $5 is supposed to go into my pocket.
Yeah.
And there's a fumble here.
By Seidel.
Trying to get his way around, trying to shake up, fighting his way up all the way. He did a nice job getting back to about the 34-yard line.
Sometimes that's the best thing. If you fumble it right there, you get the defense to take that one step where they kind of let up. And now Lena's got to manufacture and get a few first downs here, remove the chains, maybe break one, and get a big play.
See, they're still not. They're talking about it, but still not enough to get an 8-man football playoff. They're still going with a 14 or 18 jamboree.
Well, probably won't be long the way schools are dropping down.
Double wing back set. Fumble. Lang. Boy, Lang barely got the football, and
he recovered it.
Yes. But you know what? That offensive line's got to put a block down there because that kid was in the backfield, and as soon as Lang could try to grab the football, there was a hand right there waiting for him.
And that would have been a backbreaker if they'd got the ball inside the 35-yard line.
Yes, with those amount of time allowed.
Remember, Elkhart Lake has all 3 timeouts left.
Yep. Farley back to pass. Chase is again. There was no room. It is complete, and they got some positive yardage as Christian Hornick came back to get the football.
That was a long throw for about a 10-yard gain. But now it makes it a makeable third down.
And again, you have to compliment Hornick. He looked back and saw his quarterback in trouble. He came back.
Well, not many guys come back to the ball.
You have to do that for that reason.
And you had to take a little bit of a shot to the back when he caught that one.
We have a single split out, far side. Farley back to pass, looking up. It is complete.
That's the first down. Seidel?
And Seidel. 5-yard completion.
See, now that's a big first down because now Lena can try to use their 2 timeouts they have left and maybe do something here without giving the ball back to Elkhart Lake. Clock's running, 1:37 remaining, first half. 16-0 Elkhart Lake.
So right now, first down at 10. Again, they're going to spread out one far side. We have flags again. That's going to.
That looks like a face mask there, but that's not the penalty.
And again, illegal shift, 2 people in motion again.
I think they'll decline this one. Oh, well, yeah, you might as well do. They lost 2 yards.
Who's the one that carried it?
That was Seidel.
That penalty is declined by the recorders.
And right now, we're going to have a timeout by the Titans.
That's their second timeout.
But that is their third
Third timeout?
penalty
Oh, third penalty, okay.
for illegal motion. 2 of them have been declined because of, trying to use up a down.
Yeah, well, when they lost between 2 and 3 yards, so you take why would you take a 5-yard penalty?
Correct.
And give an extra down. Right now, the downs are more important for Elkhart Lake here than, a few yards.
I don't know if you're on a first down and 10 on their own 9-yard. I would take a 5-yard penalty, well half the distance to the goal.
Right, yeah.
Looking for a 2-pointer. 1:22 left to go here in the half.
The only problem is Lima taking a time out there now. If they don't do something positive on this down, I will not be surprised to see Elkhart Lake, burn a time out. Although they haven't really thrown the ball. I don't think they think they're going to go 70 yards in the last minute.
Well,
They might run the ball 70 yards in the last minute, but
the thing is, what I've seen at times, the possibility, yeah. So right now, second down and about 12. Farley back to pass, quick pitch across, and hang on a second, it is complete to Tyler Stewart.
this is from Eric.
Go for it, come on over. What did I say caught the ball, Stewart? Title?
Yeah.
Pick up on the play, it's going to be 4.
Inside a minute to go.
Again, well, I thought we had a quick movement. It is tipped.
I thought
Hold it at the last second.
I was intended to Taylor Stewart, far side of the line. It looked like the guy got it. Maybe he was right on the snap, but he did look like he was off by a half a step or so.
But again, if Stewart would have kept running, he probably could have caught that tip for a touchdown. Because that's a tip play you would want to run in practice.
Here's a big play now. Lena's setting up to go for it.
4th down, 47 seconds left to go. Farley back to pass. He's found some room down the middle. He didn't pass through the hands of Stewart, and he's not happy with himself.
That should have been caught.
And you know what? That was a TD pass right there.
Yep. Not sure if the defender got maybe he got a fingertip on it, changed a little bit, but it went right through his hands.
Eric, what are you doing right now? I thought you're supposed to be working. So it is now 1st down and 10 for the resorters.
On the Lena 48 with 42 seconds remaining.
And 3 timeouts.
Correct. So
You might have to put a couple in the air. He is 0 for 1 in passing. Otherwise, you have to break off a couple big ones. There's the pass looking down into the flat. And is that Robideau?
we'll pick up a 5. Clock's running.
It'll be Robideau. Unless we got the wrong numbers. Robideau. Pick up on the play of about...
They came out through the ball, which really surprises me is why they're going to let the clock run out here. You think they would just ran the ball? That's the case.
They're going to go downfield with it.
This will be the last play of the half, the way they're running it here.
And the quarterback on the keep, Shaw, and he will pick up 4. And that will be half. As we're going to see our halftime score 16-0. Elkhart Lakeland Beulah with the lead over St. Thomas Aquinas. Nothing. Back right after this. We got halftime back at the studios on your home place of sports WLCO Stereo FM.
They say the great American dream is starting and owning your own business. A lot of you out there right now probably do stuff on the side. Do you regard it just as hobbies and don't even include it on your taxes? What tax savings opportunities are you missing with all the loopholes that the tax code is chock full of? You need someone to drive the bus, as they say, to success. That's what I will do. Greg Anderson out of Marinette, 715-735-0583. Milking every last loophole in the tax code for your benefit.
Have you heard of all the mortgage options we have to offer? NEW Credit Union is here for you when you're ready to make your move. We do home purchases, mortgage refinancing, loans for cabins and vacation homes, as well as land. We also have a home equity line of credit and home improvement loans too. Call one of our helpful mortgage specialists today for all the details. 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Or start your application online at www.newcu.org. NEW Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Shawano, and Oconto counties. Federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Certain terms, fees, and closing costs may apply. Property insurance may be required. All loans subject to approval. We have offices in Oconto, Oconto Falls, and Surrey. At NEW Credit Union, we can help you own it.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Oconto Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in Oconto Falls.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service. Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Wisconsin Radio Network News. I'm Andrew Beckett. A 31-year-old man is dead following an officer-involved shooting in New London. The shooting happened around noon Friday, just blocks away from a hospital. Police say 2 officers were approaching the man when he pulled out a gun, prompting them to open fire. The State Department of Justice is handling the investigation. Authorities are not releasing the names of the officers or the man who was shot at this time. Candidates for legislative and statewide offices saw a big bump in the money they've taken in after a state law that raised contribution limits took effect. A review by the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign shows office holders and candidates took in $251,000 more since January because of the higher limits. Executive Director Matt Rothschild says the change doubled how much donors can give, and most of the money came from just a small number of people.
Fewer and fewer people in Wisconsin are giving more and more to candidates, potentially to influence policy. And it doesn't really matter if they're liberals or conservatives because this is not a healthy development.
A total of 290 contributions since January exceeded the old limits. Officials in far western Wisconsin still hope to get state disaster relief.
Federal aid was rejected to fix public facilities damaged in last week's floods because FEMA was unable to find at least $8 million in damage to public amenities in Buffalo and surrounding counties. There was $2 million in damage to roads and bridges. Buffalo County emergency management officials will now look to the State Department of Transportation for assistance. Bill Wise, Wisconsin Radio Network.
The State Justice Department has asked that an insurance panel reconsider covering gender reassignment surgeries for state employees. The Group Insurance Board voted in July to start insuring the gender changes next year, but a deputy attorney general calls the rules unlawful, saying they improperly reinterpret Title IX's gender discrimination ban to apply to gender identity issues. The trust fund agency says not covering gender reassignments would cause the state to lose $36 million in Medicare payments. This is news on Wisconsin Radio Network.
Honda has the best-selling ATV lineup in America. That includes the wide-open America, the Rocky America, and the America that's got a job to do. And with a full range of engine classes and features to choose from, you're sure to find a Honda ATV perfect for that most important corner of America, yours. Get some of our best deals on our best models during the Honda ATV clearance event going on now. Honda recommends utility ATVs for riders 16 years and older and recommends that all ATV riders take a training course. See dealer for complete program details.
As many farmers throughout America know, cover crops improve soil health and the bottom line. Pennington Seed has been trusted for over 70 years and now offers high-quality cover crop seed. Whether a standard mix developed to provide a variety of benefits or a custom mix specific to your farm's unique growing conditions, Pennington will help protect one of your most vital resources, the soil. Improve your soil and increase profits with Pennington cover crop seed. Visit us at buycovercrops.com to learn more.
This is Wisconsin Radio Network. Possible future Milwaukee Bucks players won't be cutting their teeth in Grand Chute. The town was one of 5 finalists for a developmental league team, but town chair Dave Showalter says they were quickly eliminated. He says the Bucks are looking for a 2,500-seat arena.
No, we didn't have anything that would really fit their needs, so we were pretty much taken out of the picture.
Lacrosse was also eliminated as a possibility. Oshkosh, Sheboygan, and Racine were the other finalists. A jury in Portage County has found a Chippewa Falls woman not guilty of trying to kill the wife of a man she had an affair with. However, 47-year-old Stephanie McMillan was found guilty of stalking and obstructing an officer. Columbia County prosecutors say McMillan went to the wife's home in disguise in 2012 and lured her towards a pond while asking for help finding a lost cat. Prosecutors say McMillan could have tried to kill the woman. A mistrial was declared last year. At her second trial this week, McMillan said she only wanted to scare the wife. More news online at WRN.com. With news on Wisconsin Radio Network, I'm Andrew Beckett.
Every day we make hundreds of decisions, from what to eat for breakfast to what to wear for work. At the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, we want to help you with the harder choices, like how I can retire comfortably or what I have to do now to retire the way I want. Hi, I'm Beth Larson, a retirement expert right here in O'Connell. I can assist you with anything, whether it's to help you get started in your retirement journey, review your current retirement plan, or just to answer a question or two. Stop by and see me at the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
This is Kirsten, General Manager of the Peshtigo and O'Connell Pharmacies. Do you or your loved one need help organizing your medications? Stop in and see us about our monthly bubble packing system. Peshtigo and O'Connell Pharmacies. Our family helping your family.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in O'Connell Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in O'Connell Falls.
Springtime means cleaning time. It's also a time to take a look at the flooring. Has it seen its better days? Time to head to Factory Direct Flooring of Green Bay. At Factory Direct Flooring, you can avoid the middleman. Save on carpet, tile, and vinyl flooring every day. Carpet start at 55 cents per square foot. Vinyl flooring starting at 99 cents per square foot. They also have custom area rugs. You design them, we make them. That's at Factory Direct Flooring, 1330 South Military Avenue at the intersection of 9th Street in Green Bay.
USA Radio Network Sports, I'm Ray Canaveri.
Yeah, it's a great job of these guys fighting back off a very, very tough pitcher. There's some great at-bats, some good days by guys, Nunez, Crawl, Buster, everybody, Pence, Span. Guys really broke out tonight.
Giants manager Bruce Bochy saying his guys stepped up against Jacob deGrom. The Giants teed off on deGrom and round to a 10-7 win. Madison Bumgarner capped a 5-run fourth inning with a 2-run homer. Bumgarner also improved to 12-7 despite allowing 4 runs and 6 hits in 5 innings. On the rest of the National League board, the Cubbies took care of Milwaukee 9-6. It was Philadelphia 5, the Dodgers 4. Washington rolled over Atlanta 8-2. Cincinnati folded Miami 5-4. San Diego beat Arizona 9-8. American League, Detroit knocked off Boston 4-3. Baltimore beat Houston 13-5. It was Cleveland 5, the White Sox 4. Kansas City beat Minnesota 8-1. And this is USA Sports.
Picture Jack Benny's car. The sheriff of Dodge City. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal.
Even little Charlie McCarthy.
Move, get down.
No two people see these things alike. That's imagination, the theater of the mind. Free your imagination by listening to Classic Radio Theater. The podcast's available at usaradio.com. Free your imagination. Classic Radio Theater at usaradio.com.
Love sports articles but don't have time to search the web looking for the most compelling stories? Then US Sports Pages is for you. Why spend hours going to multiple sites looking to find sports articles when we can do the work for you? Our producers go through every newspaper in the country and pick out the best sports articles separated by sport, dramatically reducing your prep time. We also include sports and entertainment kicker stories. USSportsPages.com is the only site you'll need to get your sports fix. Check us out today. The daily links at USSportsPages.com.
The Angels plated 3 runs in the 8th inning to pull away late from the Mariners 6-4 in Anaheim. Jeff Bandy homered, Albert Pujols drove in a pair of runs, and Yunel Escobar collected 3 hits to help LA's offense. Angels manager Mike Scioscia talks about the pitching performance of starter Matt Schumacher.
He pitched a good game, pitched a strong game, finished strong, and he was pitching with his back against the wall for most of the night, and we broke it open late, but it's a great outing from Matt.
The U.S. women's basketball team is into the gold medal game following an 86-67 win over France. Diana Taurasi netted 18 points and Maya Moore added 15 as Team USA won its 48th straight in Olympic play. The U.S. has reached the century mark in medals. Americans now have 100 overall medals in Rio after adding 7 more on day 12. Team USA leads the way with 35 gold. China is second with 58 total medals, followed by Great Britain with 56. Ray Canaveri, USA Radio Network Sports.
Hi, this is Bob Schwartz from the Stevenson National Bank and Trust in Oconto, and I want to tell you about our hometown bank with hometown pride. We're locally operated, which means our heart is where it belongs, in the community. Our decisions are local, and our priorities are where they need to be. Find out what hometown banking is all about. Stop by the Stevenson National Bank and Trust Oconto office at 101 Bray Lake Way, or go online to snb.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Yeah, I get it. Your buddies are bragging about the $4,000 tax refund they got while you had to get your checkbook out and cut some checks. What are you going to do about it, Bunky? Wow, 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 wow. Hey, you can't just throw your hands up and hope that the tax gods change your numbers. Throw away the bag of chips, get your butt off the couch, and work with a tax planner like Greg Anderson in Marinette. 715-735-0583. I deal in tax planning 24/7. We will help you.
The Packers take the day off today following their 20-12 win over the Raiders in preseason game number 2 last night. I'm Bill Scott with Sports. Packers held the Raiders starters to 73 total yards of offense in the first half. Mike McCarthy said the defense took a big step from last week to this week.
I thought their pursuit and finish was a step in the direction that we needed to take. But frankly, we're Coach Speak one-on-one. This is about fundamentals, execution, energy, flow, and finish. So we improved as a team, especially on defense. I don't think we went out there and won any scheme contest tonight. The success we had was just clearly the way our guys are, the energy they're playing with, and the execution of fundamentals.
Packers have finished the preseason on the road, starting with a trip to San Francisco next Friday night. As the Badgers continue preparing for the upcoming season, they're letting the offensive linemen battle in practice to determine just who comes out on top and wins jobs. Line coach and offensive coordinator Joe Rudolph.
It's an exciting camp for that reason. I think we're going to find out if we do have depth or not. How many guys are ready to play in a situation or where you have, one guy backing up, 3 spots. I think that's going to be big. I think there's an opportunity for some guys to push for starting roles and for other guys to push for playing time. So we're getting there, but this will be a telling camp as to where we're at.
The Bucs are reportedly close to signing veteran Jason Terry and Steve Novak. ESPN.com reporting Thursday the Bucs were in advanced talks with Terry, who won the NBA's Sixth Man Award with Dallas in 2009 and spent the last 2 seasons with the Houston Rockets. He also played with Bucs coach Jason Kidd when the Mavericks won the 2011 NBA championship. Brewers open a 3-game series in Seattle against the Mariners tonight. They're 5-12 so far in the month of August, and will send rookie left-hander Brent Sutter to the mound to make his Major League debut. The Brewers 5-12 in the month of August. They've dropped 6 of their last 7. Northwoods League Summer Collegiate World Series resumes tonight in Eau Claire, weather permitting. The Express down 1-0 on the best 2 of 3 series to Wisconsin Rapids. Bill Scott, Wisconsin Radio Network.
Lena Wildcats and are the Lena Titans and Jason, yes. And right now, passing right now for the Titans, Farley is 4 of 9 in passing for 20 yards. Andrew, the punter, 1 for 18 yards. So 5 of 10 on the night for 38 yards. And receiving, Lang has 1 catch, 18. Stewart, 2 catches, 5. Hornick, 1 catch, 10. And Seiler, 1 catch, 5. Now, I'll tell you what, the stats came from Mike Hotwood. Rushing right now, the Titans, 17 carries for a -9 yards. Lang, 7 carries, -5. Farley, 6 carries, -2. Marquardt, 3 carries, -1. Seiler, 1 carry, -1. For Alpha Lake Von Beulah, they're looking at 1 of 2 in passing for 3 yards. For Shaw, 10 carries, 88, the quarterback. Robidell, 7 carries, 34. That's a surprise. I thought it would be higher than that. Bonin, 9 carries, 23. They have 26 carries, 145 yards. Robidell has 1 catch late in the first half for 3 yards. Each team has a penalty accepted. Lena had 3 of them, 2 declined. 1 for 5 yards and 1 for 15 on a pass interference penalty. Both has had fumbles. Elkhart Lake Von Beulah lost it. The Titans recovered their own fumble, but the big thing was a punt that didn't hurt because they didn't score. And then they had they also had Elkhart Lake Von Beulah had a fumble and a fumble recovery.
Right. Elkhart Lake actually had 2 penalties now that I think about it. They had 1 on the open kickoff also.
You're right.
Remember that? So. But other than that,
no, that was Lena. No, it was Elkhart Lake.
They got backed up a little bit.
Yeah, so 2 penalties, and that was a 5-yard smart shot.
Yep.
So 2 penalties for 20 yards. Yeah, we can shut that off, and we're going to go back to, how do you say it, theater seating. I want to thank again the Lena Booster Club for putting this together, going deep. It's title on the return from the 15, flag down, and down quick, and he's all the way back to about the 32-yard line.
And now that we mentioned that it was a fairly clean game penalty-wise, there will probably be flags flying all the time.
What was the penalty?
I thought they said holding.
Okay.
See, Derek Younger's carrying his helmet. He was being looked at by the trainer. It wasn't the head area, it was more than the neck area.
Right. Marching 10 yards back to about the 22-yard line. So first down at 10. One nice thing I like about this is I'm running stat sheets in case I want to check something out later on. So right now, Farley, in motion, Lang, handoff, cut it right back up. Now that's a quicker cut by Lang.
I think he was called down.
Pick up on the play of about 4. Nice play this time by the Titans.
Hey, it's positive yards. That's a big thing right now. You know, it's hard to, like, even NFL college games, it's hard to play when you're behind the chains.
Yes. And again, they're going to split everybody out. Again, they're going to try to bring it back up the middle. This time he didn't get that much.
No, and Riley's not going to run anybody over.
So pick up on the play of 1.
Third and long 5, short 6.
That, I always, it's me going long 5, short 5. What the heck does that mean?
I mean, I can't really tell where it is.
Yeah, you're about right. Split everybody out. Single set next to the quarterback. Marquardt in motion. Back to pass. And it's overthrown. Intended for Stewart. And that's going to bring up now 4th down.
They've had a few plays that could have been made with Farley to Stewart, but they haven't been able to hook up yet. I'm assuming Anderley's going to punt this.
Yeah, Anderley's back to punt. Again, 40 is the deep back.
So he's 37 yards back.
Well, he gets a good running start, Conan does. End over end. This time he's going to hit. He fumbled it, but he's going to recover it back about the 41-yard line. Boy, that was a dangerous play to try to scoop that one up.
32-yard punt. He's had a few of them where he's made some nice plays, but he's come running pretty hard, to make the catch. I think right now they're actually lining him up a little bit, too deep. This always gets me too, is when teams play with their own football. It'd be like getting a rebound in basketball. They all throw this one out, we need our ball.
Well, you got the Tom Brady rule.
Yeah, I mean, these certain balls are WIA approved. The home team picks their ball.
And they need to pick 3 of them.
Yeah, but I mean, certain brands or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they do a basketball. You pick, they have a brand you have to choose from. Yeah, high snap.
Oh, yeah.
And the quarterback shot's going to go nowhere. Matter of fact, blue, big.
I'm not really sure why he turned around and looked for Robidoux. Because he was even farther back and right behind him.
So loss on the play of about 7. That's a big help to the Titans. Puts them in a big hole.
Lena needs a turnover here to really flip the field and get some momentum going.
Hand off up the middle. Again, this is going to be Robidoux on the carry. He's going to get most of that lost yardage back.
Yep, 3rd and 11.
So he's going to pick up 6 for the 7 he lost. But they lost. But the way they've been running the ball, that's still.
I'm still not expecting a pass here. Because if they pick up 5 or 6 of this, they'll probably go for it.
Boy, it's taken a long time.
And the back judge is calling. Just delay a game?
No, they had something else. The lineman. Oh my goodness, this could be encroachment. Lining up in the neutral zone.
And the back judge is a 10-second count before. Okay, he was at 5. See, I know there's something you can't do now. If you turn a 3rd and 11, 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
Against a decent running team.
So right now, for back, it's going to be the quarterback on the keep. He's got the 1st down and then some. He's inside the 40, and he's finally getting tackled out at about the 31. From the 48 all the way down, that is be a 17-yard run. That is.
He's going to break one though. The distance yet.
Well, that actually puts him over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, I mean, he's really not a threat to throw the ball.
Well, actually, let's see, 10. No, he's just shy because that -7. He's 2 yards shy, 98 yards. Again, handoff. This is going to go to Robidome. No, not Robidome.
Title and Cruz on the tackle.
That is Conan on the carry. 2-yard pickup on the play. Again, that time was good gang tackling by the Titans.
And that's, the only way they're going to bring some of these guys down.
Yeah, they've got to really hunker down. And it's not a small offensive line for Elkhart Lake either.
And the running backs aren't small either.
Hand off again. Conan on the carry. Worms his way through. Spin move inside the 30-yard line. He's going to be well shy.
Stewart loses the helmet.
Conan on the carry. Pick up on the play is going to be 4. 3rd down and 4. Back on the play back. Snyder. Stewart. Brings up 3rd down and 4. Clock continues to march down. That's 16-0. Elkhart Lakeland Beulah, the lead. Hand off again, straight back up the middle. Pounding it straight up the middle. Reminds me of the days of John Broxington and MacArthur Lane.
Yep. So like John Regan, over and over, and after a while you, like when Packers had Broxington and Lane, that was quite a tandem. You might not get a whole lot of yards right away, but eventually you wear them down. And they were both like having 2 fullbacks.
Right.
I mean, he'd rather run you over.
4th down and 2. They're going for it on their own about 26-yard line. Back is the quarterback on the keep, gets the outside. I don't think he got it.
Well, I can't see it, so.
He's a yard shy of where he started.
Well, that helps. Now you can still run the ball. If they would have got behind another score, would have pretty much passed every down.
Lost on the play of 1. That was a good coverage by Titans.
They didn't need a break here. They need one play to break open and maybe not score, but get a huge chunk of yards out of it.
So it is a 1st down 10 for the Titans. Farley alone in the backfield. Marquardt in motion. Farley pitching out to Marquardt. He's got some room to the outside. He gets across the 30. That goes down in a hurry.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like when Lena gets the ball carried outside and it looks open, it fills in a heartbeat.
Well, a 4-yard pickup is a good game because take 2 more 4 yards and they got a 1st down.
That's right.
Get nice. Again, they have to be able to pound some holes open. The offensive line. Everybody shift of a wingback in motion. Lang gets outside Lang, and boy, if he gains anything out of this one, he's going to. That was amazing because that was around the back, around the waist
with the guy kind of swinging him around. Farley's lucky that didn't end up back almost, in Lena's own end zone. That could have pretty much been the ball game.
Pickup of 1 on the play. That was amazing. He got anything out of that.
That was definitely not the way the coaches drew that play up.
Now you got to continue to move. And right now we have a
equipment problem.
Yep. By one of the D-back / linebackers. Marquardt in motion. Farley pitching outside to Marquardt, trying to turn it up. He may get. He is going to be very close to the 1st down. He's not going to get it.
They're going to mark him out at 35.
But that's still closer.
4th and 3. This is almost they have to go for this one, even though it's on their own 33.
2-yard pickup on the play. I think it's less than 3. It's the 4th and 2.
Okay, long 2, short 3.
I think I can see it count 1, 1.5, 2, 2.25.
That's a short 2 then.
Yeah. Everybody in tight. Lang in motion. And he's going to go, and there's just no, and he's looking at, and Farley's looking at Lang. There is no way Lang can help him out.
No, that guy, who's ever in the line there, the defensive lineman he's almost beating the ball back to the quarterback.
Yeah, they had no blocking on that line.
And then obviously there's one reserve lineman playing right now. It's Younger being out.
So right now, they are now at the 30-yard line.
You know, that's part of the problem with Lena's lack of rushing right now is Elkhart Lake is getting so much penetration.
Yeah. Well, again, you need to put it in on somebody.
Yep.
You know, on the offensive line. Bobideau in motion. Quarterback keep trying to get out there, and boy, he is going to be, Cruz just really nailed him in the backfield. Good. So second down, I'm going to say close to 12.5, 13.
I mean, for all the success that Elkhart Lake has had rushing the ball, they have had a lot of negative plays.
And at the wrong time.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of why the score is still only 16-0.
We have 4 minutes left to go here in the third. And we have a timeout on the floor. Timeout on the field. We'll send it back. Elkhart Lake Glenbeulah doesn't like what they're looking at. On a second down and 13. But back right after this. Elkhart Lake Glenbeulah 16-0 with the lead over Lena. And Thomas LaFont back right after this.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Now we're here on a second down and 13. 3:58 left to go here in the quarter. And right now, Lena, giving up 16 points in that second period, has their back against the wall essentially, as they are. Well, they're deep in their own territory. They need a huge stop here.
Like the first half, we're playing most of the game on Lena's on their end of the field.
Bobideau in motion, quarterback on the keep, and boy, he got nailed right back up the middle by 52. Anderley, wow. He's got a couple, but man, he got stacked.
And he wrapped up. He has been bouncing off guys.
3-yard pickup on the play, and it's going to be third down and a long 10.
Another big couple of plays here. Lena's going to stay in the game. Offensively, I'm not sure if they have enough firepower to score.
Yeah.
Definitely not to score 3 times.
Maybe they're just going to have to pick up a fumble and run it back.
Yeah.
For 1. Third down and 10 for Elkhart Lake Glenbeulah. And again, we have delay of game.
Yeah, and the problem is being 16. I almost look at that as like 4 scores. Because you have to not only score twice, then you have to convert both 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm. That's their third penalty of the night for 15 yards. So now they're going to have to go for something longer.
Yeah, they might roll the quarterback out here and when he does a little fake like you can still run them. They are spread out here.
I think he's going to run the ball. Robideau in motion, back to pass. Maybe not. Just throw it up the middle. It is incomplete, intended for Robideau.
And the referee down on the play.
And that's the position I play. The umpire.
Nice looking. It was a nice looking throw, just over his head.
On a fourth down, you really didn't have to go all out for that one.
Yeah.
They could have gone for half of it.
Are they punting here? No. Well, he's 8 yards back. Little pooch kick. Yep.
And that's going to go out about the 10-yard line.
You couldn't have got a better roll.
Oh, it's perfect.
And that's the way it usually goes. That's why one team's winning and one team's losing, because on top of running the ball the way they are, they get a punt and they get a perfect break.
Yeah. So right now, St. Thomas Aquinas, St. Thomas Aquinas, with the football first down 10 at about their 14-yard line.
2:55 remaining in the third quarter, 16-0 Elkhart Lake.
And right now, they were short one for Elkhart Lake on Beulah, people on the sideline. Again, back up the middle. Is that Lang or is that Farley? That's Lang, back up the middle. Pick up on a play of about 4.
They've only got about 6 or 7 guys on the sideline. Remember last year, White Lake playing Joe? They kept not having the correct amount of players. They only had four guys on the bench, but they kept having either one too many or one not enough.
Yeah. And that was tough to handle. Yeah, up in the press box. Farley back to pass, chase out of the pocket, and he's going to go down.
Westy Pier is up 27-0 over Seymour late in the third quarter.
Sacked all the way back to about the 8-yard line.
That's for courtesy of my brother Kyle.
Thanks. So a loss on the play on the 10 on the sack of 10. That puts them in difficult position back in their own 8-yard line.
Well, the thing is, we're down a minute and a half to go in the third quarter.
Marquardt on the run to the outside. He may get back to the original line of scrimmage.
We just got to start taking some chances to get the ball downfield. I mean, that's the only chance they have to break one, is to throw the ball even 15, 20 yards, maybe a slant, and the defensive back missed the tackle.
4-yard pickup on the play.
But now from their own 12-yard line, they'll have to punt the ball again. But he's almost 40 yards deep waiting for his kick again.
End over and punt. Nice punt. That was a beautiful punt this time. And there a nice open field tackle by Steidel. Conan did not have a prayer to go anywhere.
32-yard punt and maybe a 2-yard return.
Oh, I don't know.
If anything.
Hey, dragged him back 2 yards.
Yeah. Lena's got it. Not only do they need a stop here, they need, Elkhart Lake help them out and give them one more turnover here.
43 seconds left to go here in the third.
Like you said, they might actually need to get started here is have them put one on the carpet and pick it up and run it back in.
Yeah. In I formation, handoff. There it is. That's what you're looking for, but
They got it back.
you got it back.
Because the defensive players for the Titans have to be getting a little tired. They've been on the field most of the time. I mean, you're constantly tackling the bruising running backs. That wears on you also.
Yeah. Loss in the play of 2.
They run the ball. We have 1 play left here in the third quarter.
I can't see them doing anything else. But again, I backfill everybody in tight, handoff, Robideau, and he will gain that and across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line, and that's the end of the quarter. We'll take a break here. The final quarter coming up right here. Elkhart Lake 16. Lena, St. Thomas Aquinas, nothing on your home by Sports, WCO Stereo FM.
This is Kirsten, General Manager of Peshtigo and O'Connell Pharmacies. Stop in today and shop our huge selection of unique gifts, home decor, and craft items. You'll be surprised. We're more than just a pharmacy. Peshtigo and O'Connell Pharmacies. Our family helping your family.
Have you heard of all the mortgage options we have to offer? NEW Credit Union is here for you when you're ready to make your move. We do home purchases, mortgage refinancing, loans for cabins and vacation homes, as well as land. We also have a home equity line of credit and home improvement loans too. Call one of our helpful mortgage specialists today for all the details. 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Or start your application online at www.newcu.com. NEW Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Shawano, and O'Connell counties. Federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Certain terms, fees, and closing costs may apply. Property insurance may be required. All loans subject to approval. We have offices in Oconto, Oconto Falls, and Surrey. At NEW Credit Union, we can help you own it.
Well, we're going to get ready to start the fourth quarter. Elkhart Lakeland Beulah with a 16-0 lead. They have scored twice in the first half. As first touchdown was a 1-yard run by Conan, and a 2-point conversion would be by Kane, and then Shaw, the quarterback, on a 16-yard run for a touchdown. 2-point conversion. Shaw also got the 2-point conversion, so he had 8 points so far on the tally sheet tonight.
Yeah, both scores were second quarter, weren't they?
Yeah, both in the second quarter.
Big third down play here for the Lena defense.
And a handoff on the counter. Robideau, he's got the first down as he breaks a tackle. And now we've got flags down. And
kept his legs running, legs pumping.
See what they're going to give him on this one. They're still talking on this one.
Have a score from the White Lake Elko game up in White Lake. Third quarter, 3 minutes remaining. White Lake Elko 14, Gillett 0.
And that's going to be, they're going to wave off the penalty flag, give them a 7-yard run. And that's now a first down or 10.
Yeah, there was one last night in the game I was watching, the Seattle game. They called a holding, and all of a sudden Hockley comes on and he goes, there's no holding on the play. Well, my thought was, why'd you throw the flag?
Because he saw something he didn't realize?
Yeah, you know.
It's like here, you know, you think you see something after you talk it over, somebody else was closer said no.
I wasn't. That's wrong, right?
Yeah, this is Conan on the carry, and he's going to pick up three or four on the play. Let's say 3, second down and 7. You know, I hate to say this, if the Titans don't get a stop here, that's going to be pretty much the end of the night.
I think so. I guess I'm not sure they can score 2 touchdowns, let alone 3.
And like I said, offensively, they've struggled all over. Second down, Shaw trying to get back. And boy, nice open field tackle by Lang.
Like I said, as well as Hooker Lake has run the ball, they've had a lot of negative plays.
-5 on the play. They're down at 12. And again, this is where Lena, they've got 2 plays to stop them in, or pick up a fumble, and pick up a turnover.
Turnover would be the nicest right here and get this field position, because after the last possession, they don't get a first, if they're 4th and long, they're going to punt it from here.
And Shaw trying to come out, looking to pass, chase out of the pocket, and out of bounds, and he'll pick up. Probably about 3 or 4 on the play.
So it's Hunter Borchert chasing him.
Nice job. Not letting it get too far outside.
And 4th and 11 from the 31, 32, I'd expect him to punt the ball again. This will be a punt, not a pooch like the last one.
I'll tell you, that run was a long run for 1 yard.
Right.
Going off. Let's see what's going to happen now. Remember, Elkhart Lake Labula is really taking a long time.
This might not be a punt as long as he's not in the pooch. He's a little closer.
Well, he could be in the pooch here, too.
Can I go back?
High snap. Chased out of the pocket, looking downfield. Something opening up way down, but he threw it out of bounds.
Right there. Throw it right to the Lena kids. Let them intercept it.
It doesn't look good on the stat sheet.
It's just like
it's like a punt.
See, like the Lena kid knocking it down. You wouldn't see an NFL player knock the ball down. Why should they?
On a 4th down, I would knock it down even then.
Yeah, but they won't. They don't do it in the NFL because your next contract comes up. They don't look at passes knocked down. It's more interceptions.
Styles coming off for a second for a breather. Again, this should be a game that should be taken and water breaks should be given. Again, he's probably trying to get to the outside, and he ain't getting there. Oh, I don't mean to use improper English, but he ain't getting there.
No, and Elkhart Lake just has way too much penetration. It's hard for Lena to run any plays.
Yeah, they almost have to run straight at him.
Any kind of pass has to be, one step, and we'll get rid of it. He's not taking 2 steps and a drop back and a 2-step drop.
Right. But you have to give the Titans defense credit on that last drive. He had a lot of time to throw that ball, and they still stayed stiff.
Well, we got motion again. Seidel moved, and he got set again, but Lang had to come to a stop. And he kept moving. Yeah, right now, that's the one positive way they can take out of this game is we gave up a lot of yards rushing. Our pass defense was awesome.
Yeah.
But we didn't give them a lot of points on the scoreboard.
Right. 9:23 remaining.
It doesn't matter if you give up 40 points or 50 points or 16. If you can't score, you're not winning if it's 3.
Yeah. They have to get their offense together here. Lying in motion, pitch the outside. Good move. He's got some room this time. Oh, if you would have went outside Seidel, boy, he had lots of room, but he cut it back up. He's close to the first down, but just shy.
Don't there, move him, give it to him.
Oh, they did get that. Okay, I lost him in the crowd down there. 17-yard run. I still think, looking at them up here, that if he stayed outside, one more step, he would have had even more than that.
But when you're down there, that makes a difference.
Yeah,
but that's probably the best play they've had all night.
Oh, and Farley's looking. Seidel stayed there to help, but Farley He just had nowhere to go with
And
that.
I think it's a good idea. He made a good decision not to try to get rid of that ball, not to pitch it.
Right. Loss on the play of 2. So second down, about 12.
8.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Still 16-0. Elkhart Lake.
Defense. Well, defense didn't give up a lot of yards on one of the touchdowns. They only had 15 yards to go.
That's right.
Back to pass. Looking out for Seidel. And he did there. He's got more yardage. Across the 45 up to about the 47-yard line. Pick up on the play of about 7.
Kind of looked like a screen, except a screen with no lineman.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much you.
A naked screen?
Yeah, you kind of put up, you know, I'm assuming Seidel's fairly quick being either on the smaller side.
Mm-hmm.
Get him out with the bigger guys and see if he can make them miss.
So right now we're looking at a third down and about 6. Huge difference from what they had before. Seidel in motion. Farley, no. There's just no room at the end.
For this game anyway, they might as well just keep putting the ball in the air.
Loss on the play of 1. So fourth down and about 7.
Yeah.
4th and 4.
That's what I was thinking.
I think
I'm not sure what you're looking at.
The other way.
I was going the wrong way, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Elkhart Lake on Beulah, 4th and 4. They're going to go for it. Yeah. And that hurts right there. As false start there. You might want to punt this one.
Well, the only thing is, under 7 minutes to go in the ball game, you might not get the ball back twice.
Yeah, otherwise you're giving them a great field position. Yeah. They're going for it, so. 4th down, long. Farley back to pass. And here comes Marquardt. And Marquardt will get to the 47-yard line. He'll get 7 yards.
And if they wouldn't have had the last penalty, that would have been a first down.
Yep. But you have to say that was one of the better offensive drives they had.
Right, they moved the ball, got a few first downs. Now we have a referee's timeout for water.
With 6:27 left to go. Yeah, that should have been in the second quarter. All right, we'll take a break here. Step out here on your home for high school sports. WOCO, Stereo FM, timeout.
At 24/7 well and pump service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 well and pump service. Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Springtime means cleaning time. It's also a time to take a look at the flooring. Has it seen its better days? Time to head to Factory Direct Flooring of Green Bay. At Factory Direct Flooring, you can avoid the middleman. Save on carpet, tile, and vinyl flooring every day. Carpet start at 55 cents per square foot. Vinyl flooring starting at 99 cents per square foot. They also have custom area rugs. You design them, we make them. That's at Factory Direct Flooring, 1330 South Military Avenue at the intersection of 9th Street in Green Bay.
With the first down and 10. Again, you know, you're talking about some new group and trying to work out some kinks, you know, with Joe's getting big. I mean, you lost a lot of talent last year.
You know, I was thinking, yeah, you won't have a couple kids missing because of athletic code violations, but you've got Dylan Sexton. Remember, he had a big game, one of the games he did last year on the radio.
Yeah, and Leland Kaler, you're missing him. Yeah. You're missing Milhan. And the quarterback, Zeiler. That was a lot to graduation.
You got one lineman back, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you ran the ball good last year.
There's a fumble, and they got it back. He did hand it off to Robideau. and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Roberto was thinking, just keep that one yourself and take the loss on your own.
Now,
Don't hurt my stats.
so 6:10 remaining in the contest. Well, Dale will come up after the ball game to talk with us.
Okay. I'm not sure how happy he's going to be, but
Defensively, you can't say too much, say too bad. And Shaw with a pass, incomplete, well short. So it's intended for Rebedu.
it is good to see, though, Andy's got his baseball hat on. Doesn't matter if he's coaching football or JV basketball.
You don't want to see his hair without the hat.
But you walk in for a JV basketball game, even bat for him until he laughs. Eddie's there, he's coaching, wearing his baseball hat.
Yeah.
Baseball hat and jeans.
Third down, a long 11, or a short 10, a long 10, short 11. Boy, and everybody moving that offensive line before.
Then the snap was like a little floater back to him.
Yeah.
Third down at 16.
Fourth penalty for 5 yards. Boy, that we had yellow hankies all over the field on that one. So third down and a long 15. Shaw coming over the corner, trying to get to the outside. We're gonna have an illegal block in the back.
Yep.
He's got the first down. That's coming back.
Holding. What they actually called.
That's better, yeah, because that's a 10-yard march off where I had 5.
Here's where they, speed the games up. I always say in high school, you don't need to. You might as well do like the NFL does. When there's a penalty, they look at the sideline, let the coach decide it.
Yeah, that's a 13-yard penalty right there.
Because the players here are going to look at the coach anyway.
Right. I agree with you.
Right?
Look at the coach.
Yeah.
But it makes the team captains accountable, I guess. But this is a third down and huge.
And most of the time, it's obvious what they're going to do, if they're going to pitch it or not. 3rd and 27.
Hand off again. Robidoux trying to get to the outside. And there's a couple of nice slowdowns. Robidoux.
62. Hunter Booth made the first tackle. Well, if Lena's going to get back in the game, Marquardt's going to have to do something positive on this return.
Yes. Pick up on the play of 5. 4th down and still mega.
And Lena's got 9 players on the field. Now they might have, okay.
Well, it's funny, 12 men on the field? No, that'd be a real big problem on an 8-man football.
It is actually a lot easier to low snap, a lot easier to count.
Leave that one go. Because that one took a Lena bounce. They hit about the 32 and stopped at the 33.
Which that's actually turned out to be a good punt for Elkhart Lake. Well, the only way Lena gets back in the game is they run a punt back. And you take that, that option out.
Yep. So 4:49 remaining in the contest, 16-0 Elkhart Lake with the lead. It's looking more and more slim that we'll be done by 9 o'clock. That was a prediction at 8 o'clock, at halftime. At 8:53.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I think Lena's going to put the ball in the air here, but once Elkhart Lake gets the ball back, that'll be about it.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a fast game.
Yes. Pitch to the outside, and that's a nice pop back by Marquardt. Lost it, but he hit one straight back up at him.
Almost like he, bouncing a basketball.
Pick up on the play of one.
The football, you do that 10 times, and 9 times it's not coming back to you.
Oh, that's okay. That one, we like the one time.
They got lucky on that one. And there also, they got out of bounds.
Yeah, for all the listeners, WSCO Radio, WSCO Sports Radio live stream on YouTube. WSCO Sports Radio Live, YouTube, for the stream. Back to pass. Chased out of the pocket. Looking downfield. And going high up as Marquardt pulls it down at about the 50. And that's a 16-yard completion.
Tough pass. He's running to his left. Threw the ball back across his body.
And Marquardt coming back and going high to go get it.
Yeah, he didn't wait for it to get there. He went and got it. And it is right at midfield.
So first down and 10 for the Titans. And I think we've got, I don't know if we got movement or what. I know we got movement on one side. Did the offensive line move because the defense came across? Is now the question. Defense is backing up.
Yeah, it's kind of a giveaway when, they know they did something. Nope.
Yep.
Kind of like when you see somebody do something and they pull their hands back. Well, it's usually a dead giveaway. You just touched them when you pull your hands back. Nothing else. We need to score just to get a little momentum for the next game.
Yes. Back to pass, looking downfield. He's got good all by himself, stumbling and all the way down to the 20. Boy, what a catch by Stewart.
Rumbling, stumbling, and bumbling at the end. Would have been nice if he could have kept his balance and scored on the play.
35-yard completion.
They finally hooked up. They've had a few chances, Farley and Stewart, and they haven't been able to make a connection.
What helps out is that offensive line has given Farley some time.
Yeah, and they've kind of rolled them out a few times, too. Joe Theismann play.
Back to pass up the middle. In and out of the hands again. Stewart had a chance.
Another one that was possible. Which would have been caught, yeah. Oh, you're having a hard time. Do the old Joe Theismann rollout.
Yeah.
Just, it gives the lineman a little better chance to help.
So right now, second down and 10. They're on Elkhart Lake on Beulah's 20-yard line. And this could make it interesting if they could score here. Chased out of the pocket. Farley's got some room to run. He's staying on his side. He's faked twice the pass. He did the Don Mikowski big pass, and then pull it down and run it.
Yeah, Rogers will do that.
Yes.
When he's 5 yards past line of scrimmage, and the guys still go for it.
But he did it twice on this time. That was a huge fake right there.
3rd and 7.
And right now, we're going to see on the sideline Stewart. Back to pass, looking downfield. At the middle, it's marked. It is not Marquardt. It is Borchert. Touchdown.
Well, now we need a 2-point conversion. Then what do you do? Yeah, onside?
Almost have to.
I'm not sure you get the ball back. .317 remaining, 16-6. Elkhart Lake with a 2-point conversion coming up.
But you know what? They found a connection that works.
Yeah, right down the middle they've been going lately.
Yeah.
This is a big play here.
Marquardt in motion. Pitch to the outside. Trying to get up. He's not going to make it. Incomplete.
I think Farley could have ran it up the middle when he stopped and pitched it. It looked pretty wide open.
Yeah, fake the pitch.
Yeah.
Take it back up the middle.
Yep. Well, now they have to onside kick it because now you still need the ball twice.
So 16-6.
Well, like I said, if nothing else, they got a little momentum if they did score.
And they found something that actually works.
Yep.
So, yeah, Farley needs to look.
Yeah, I would like to see that one on see a replay of that one again to see if it was open like it looked.
What you do is you come out, fake the pitch, and tuck it under. You're right. There's a possibility. He would have had a better shot than getting it out to Marquardt. There was just too many people looking at Marquardt out there.
Well, and for most of the night, I've been pitching to Marquardt, or anybody for that fact. Elkhart Lake has had a really good pursuit.
Yes.
It's not just one person. The whole team is out there. See, this is the deal, and they keep talking about removing the kickoff from the NFL.
Yeah.
What happens in this situation? That takes care of the outside kick now?
Yes.
So if you're down by 9, the game's over.
But they have to be even on each side, too, now. You can't overload one side anymore.
4-3, yeah. They never blew the whistle. That was a pretty good onside kick, too.
Yeah.
It was bouncing the way they wanted. I don't think it was ever blown by the head referee to kick it. So is that delayed game penalty?
No. But they know what direction he's going.
Yeah.
So
they can probably line up more in this. Well, they do have. They got 5 over here.
Now I would now.
They have 4 over here. Okay.
Now I would try and wiggle my foot over the other direction now. You know what I'm saying?
Except you got Lang and Borcher on this side. They got Seidel on the other side. So.
Mm-hmm. You still got hands on the other side.
You just got to make sure he kicks the 10 yards. That's the biggest problem. A lot of guys are kicking, they're going to go 8.
Yeah, well, right now it's 3 against 2 or 4 versus 4. And then they put it right back at him, and we're going to try to run it back. We got flags down.
You know, he did the old kick like you did when you were a kid. Hope it gets to the guy and bounces over their head. That one, though, was a little bit too hard.
Yeah. And it's against the Titans.
The thing is, though, at this stage, if they've worked on kickoff teams, how many times do you think they've worked on onside kicks?
Probably incidental face mask is what they call.
Probably not a whole lot of onside kick covering, no coverage or kicking.
A good defensive stand now. Lena didn't use a timeout the second half.
Yeah, they did right away. They did right away to stop.
That was the first half.
That was down here, I thought.
Okay, that's possible.
Yeah, I thought they used on the ball carrier to make it stop. I think Lena has 2 timeouts. I think Elkhart Lake has 2 timeouts. Maybe we could write that down next time.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I'm still trying to get my act together here. I'm just making things up as I go along. Second down, 3-yard pickup on the play by Conan. Straight it back up the middle. And second down at 7. Right now, we're at 2:40 remaining. Right now, they're going to wait to see what the... I would wait. There he is. Now we have to hike the football. Hand off again. This is going to go to number 32. This time the carry's going to be on Kane.
Need a timeout.
Yeah, pick up on the play is going to be 2. It's 3rd down and 5, and that's a good timeout.
I'm sure the Elkhart Lake quarterback, the senior, they know don't even get him set until you see the back judge start his count.
Well, now he has to go at any time now because with the timeout, you have 2:18 remaining here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, which maybe will work in to their favor. You don't have to wait till the last second to happen. They're going to run the ball here and make Lena use their last timeout, and then they might punt it if they're not within a couple yards.
Well, yeah, you're in punting range.
Yeah, especially if they would have never done that little pooch kick, I would think they might just keep going for it. But right now,
I would kick it to the sideline right now.
Yeah,
we don't see that coffin corner kick anymore.
No, because right now they're taking another 20 yards. Every yard they can make Lena go if they don't get a first down.
So third down at about 5. Ball at about the 43-yard line. I formation. I'm Shaw, the quarterback. I don't know what he's waiting for. Maybe from the jump. Hand off. Robidoux. Coming to the outside. He's got the first down, and that's pretty much going to...
That'll be the ball. They might... With Lena with one timeout, they might not even use that timeout now.
6-yard pickup on the play.
I think Elkhorn Lake, if they want, they can just let the clock run, take a knee. Although I'd like to see what he does.
Hang on. 2:08 on the clock.
There we go. Oh, you know what? He'd have to take a knee from back there because
see now he can look.
He is under center finally.
I would. Yeah, he is going to wait. I wouldn't even got under his center.
Because now he's got to stay there. I think he's got to hold all the line down.
Unless he turns around and calls timeout. That's an awful long time to wait.
Yeah.
Robidoux on the carry, pick up on the play, and they're going to use their final timeout. Molina uses their final timeout. Second down and 9. They'll get the ball back if they can hold them.
Because it's not quite the exact science of the NFL as far as figuring out time.
Yeah. Well, see, that's a 40-second clock as soon as the 45-second clock as soon as the ball's put down. Here, it depends on when the referee blows the whistle. The 25-second clock starts.
So it's more, it's not the exact science of how much time for sure they're going to use. Final from the game on TV from my brother Kyle. I believe it was Wesley Pier 34, Seymour 7. That game was in Seymour.
Wesley Pier back on top, back. They don't reload. They reload. They don't rebuild.
It's a big game tonight. Notre Dame is at Pier. Pier won the conference last year.
There's a handoff. Robidoux on the carry again. Pick up on the play of about 1.
You got to get up fast. At 1:35, let's see how long before he blows the whistle. 8 seconds. So it's about 33 in the play. If they run it right to if they run it and take a delay game, it would be 33 seconds.
Well, it's 25-second clock.
Yeah, so we had 8 seconds before he blew the whistle.
Right, so right now, 108?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's less than that now.
Be 59 seconds. Handoff up the middle. Kane on the carry. They're still fighting it. And finally goes down with 52 seconds remaining.
Lena did have a timeout left. Okay. So that does mean they will definitely get the ball back if they can hold them. And then fourth and 4.
So 4-yard run on that one. I didn't think they took one in the third quarter. The one you were looking at was in the beginning of the second quarter. I mean, right in the beginning of the second quarter.
But I mean, even if they don't, it's kind of just, put a couple more plays on offense if you can hold them.
Right. But defensively, they really held their own. And offensively, that last drive, they found the passing game.
Yeah, we could have found some of that a little earlier.
Yes.
But they finally were giving, Farley a little bit of protection.
Yeah.
Time to drop back and throw. You think he'll drop back and throw one deep? If this isn't a run, I'll be shocked. I would be completely shocked. Quarterback sneak on top of it. He's going to get it.
He's going to go in. Oh, nope. Now he can take the lead.
We never ran the clock. Now we started the clock.
So from the 30 all the way down to about the 10-yard line.
So, a good coach will definitely take a knee right there.
Yeah, with 48 seconds remaining.
Lena's out of timeouts now.
One kneel.
Oh, two.
At least two. That's the clock should run.
We only have one kneel though. Now, because the clock's running.
But 25 seconds and the 48-second mark, so 20 seconds. Yeah, you're right.
As long as he gets it down close to 30 before. Okay, the referee, he'll watch the clock for sure on this.
Yeah, he won't.
He's not going to.
That's it, 15 seconds left. They don't even have to make another play. So that will be the end of the contest right now. Alcott Lake from Beulah will escape with a 16-6 win over the Lena St. Thomas Aquinas Titans. And a game that looked like it could have been a runaway in the first half. They close the rest of the way.
Yeah, when you look at the stats, they're reasonable and smile, and you see the stats. When you don't see the score, you would think Lena got beat pretty bad. Not only just a 10-point game.
Yeah, no, because again, most of their yardage is going to come in on that 35, a 16-yard pass play to Markwart, a 35-yard pass play is going to come in to Stewart. And that's the two big plays right there. And then the 18-yard pass play for a touchdown, that came to Hunter Borchard. I mean, there is some good things to look at right there and the possibilities.
I think that was the only time I remember that even threw the ball towards Borchard.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't played much because he was on the sideline a little bit. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. Come back with more on our post-game show here from Lena High School. Again, Alcott Lake on Beulah with a 16-6 win over the Titans. Be back in a little bit.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Oconto Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in Oconto Falls.
Hi, this is Bob Schwartz from the Stevenson National Bank and Trust in Oconto, and I want to tell you about our hometown bank with hometown pride. We're locally operated, which means our heart is where it belongs, in the community. Our decisions are local, and our priorities are where they need to be. Find out what hometown banking is all about. Stop by the Stevenson National Bank and Trust Oconto office at 101 Bray Lake Way, or go online to snb.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Springtime means cleaning time. It's also a time to take a look at the flooring. Has it seen its better days? Time to head to Factory Direct Flooring of Green Bay. At Factory Direct Flooring, you can avoid the middleman. Save on carpet, tile, and vinyl flooring every day. Carpet start at 55 cents per square foot. Vinyl flooring starting at 99 cents per square foot. They also have custom area rugs. You design them, we make them. That's at Factory Direct Flooring, 1330 South Military Avenue at the intersection of 9th Street in Green Bay.
Mainly cloudy skies tonight with scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll see a low temperature of 65 degrees with winds out of the west at 5 to 10. Saturday, thunderstorms are likely with a high temperature of 74 and east winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Sunday, look for a chance of showers with a high temperature of 70. Monday, plenty of sun with a high temperature of 73. And for Tuesday, look for a chance of showers with a high temperature of 80. Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms with a high temperature of 78 degrees. That's your latest forecast for WOCO Radio. I'm meteorologist Ray Miller.
Show Coach Dale Lang's up with us, and tell you what, take away that second quarter, and this game is a whole different. And it's only 2 drives in that second quarter, and they're both short drives.
Yeah, we gave a bad, they gave them good field position, put ourselves in a hole. We came out flat. We didn't come out the way we should, but like you said, the second quarter is the one that really buried our hole. It was zip at the end of the first. Was zip in third. Second quarter, they got 16. We got 6 here on the end. We had things we started getting clicking. We see a lot of things that we need to improve on. We see a lot of things that we can really work on to develop and get better on this. So, though it's not a pleasant 16-6 loss, it's always tough for a loss. We did see a lot of positive things. We've seen a lot of things to build on. And unfortunately, next week we have another really, really tough opponent in NEW Luth.
When you look at tonight, you're coming off of a team that had some excellent ball players with Graham Nash and some of the other ones that went to graduation. Yeah, you had a couple holes to fill, a quarterback in another spot.
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of holes. We had a good, sound, solid line. And, a lot of times the linemen don't get a lot of the credit. And, the guy like Commodore in the back, Nash Taney was an excellent runner in those tough situations. He could pound for it. Jack's not his size. Jack doesn't have that running ability like Nash had. So we have to find a little better combination that when we need those yardages, that short yardage, we can pound it. We did. We had a real good line last year. We got some stuff to work on the line. I did see some nice stuff. Hunter Orchard came out there at the end, had some nice, we've got some passes clicking, we've got some things going. Austin Lang had some nice runs. We got a couple play action passes, some stuff set up. So we made some adjustments at halftime. And it did. We got the spirit back up and told them, hey, they can score 16.5. We can. Unfortunately, we just didn't do it this way.
When you look at it, there's not a lot of teams, 8-man teams, I've ever seen do a quarterback option like your team can do. And, because you're missing somebody else on the outside for a blocker. But there's some nice pitches out there, seeing the field, saying, okay, he's got everybody clapped in, boom. And the surprising was when he pitched around the guy's waist and hit Lang, in stride.
Yeah. Like I said, we've got some good things to build upon. We've seen some positive things. It's the first week of the season. We knew we were in the rebuilding. Our expectations are aiming high. We're still aiming high. It's the first game of the season. By no means are we, scrapping anything or getting it right. We're going to come back and polish the tools we have.
Because that last drive, we talked about it. The offensive line finally gave the quarterback some time to throw. Even give him time to go out of the pocket and then help himself. That was kind of neat. You had a 35-yard pass. You had an 18-yard touchdown. Yeah. And the receivers came back. If the quarterback was in trouble, came back and helped.
Yep. And, I think our guys being in shape, and we do have them in pretty good shape. It was humid out there. And that may have been some of the things we were still running with, some pretty good energy. We had a few guys around. We had a few people that we could. And, like you said, we were able to do some good things. We just now have to build on those good things and keep things, in the right direction.
First game jitters on the illegal motion penalties.
Those give guys like me gray hair. Yeah, and and those penalties, I think we had 3 or 4 that were at critical times when we had started to move the ball. We had a nice play. We were getting into, a position where it was like 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 3. Here comes the yellow flag. Hey, now we're back. And that is one of the tough things in this type of an offense and in this game. It can go wide open, or you can't give up those yards. And I can't take anything away from these guys. Elkhart Lake is a good physical team. We've seen them last year, and looking at these kids, they've been in the weight room. They've been doing the things they need to do themselves. They're going to be a tough team this year also.
It's kind of nice that you have a large freshman class coming in. I mean, you have enough players here that a lot of teams that have 11-man football. We saw White Lake Elko. They only had 4 substitutions in 11-man football, and you've got enough help to build on with a lot of young kids coming on.
Oh, we do, and we've got and a lot of those young kids. We're running a JV game. It'll be here on Monday, 5 o'clock. We're going against Gillett. Gillett's going to play 8-man with us also. In the JV levels, we've done that for years. So, yeah, it is nice. We've got a lot of younger kids that we have here that we have to build upon, and I think that's the aim point. We want to do good this year, but we want to do good continuously down the years to come also.
When you look at it, you've been around with 11-man football for a while, and now 8-man. You see this 8-man football starting to catch hold more and more as teams looking that are struggling to keep their football program identity by themselves. You see that coming out more and more now?
Oh, definitely. You mentioned White Lake Elko. We used to play White Lake Elko all the time in 11-man football, and we said, hey, we're going to 8. We used to beat them, and that's what you need. Some of those smaller schools, hey, this is football. People can say it's not. It's
still football.
It's football. They're blocking and tackling, and, the biggest thing here between the 11-man and 8-man is when we do 8-man football, there are so many cutbacks and alleys that on defense, you better make the tackle on the first guy. You better have good open field tacklers, or the guy is gone for a long ways.
Yep. So I'll tell you what, it's good to have you up here. I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of the weekend. And I know in a couple of weeks, I'll let you know in a minute, we'll be back here as we will be picking up more in football next week. We're going to be in O'Connell Falls with Little Shoe at O'Connell Falls, and then, by the way, we're going to be see Three Lakes coming up on the 1st. So, but I think the 2 weekends in September is the next time I believe we are coming back here. Matter of fact, no, it is September 9th. We'll be here with Boulder Gresham.
Okay, and that should be another good game, and we appreciate you doing the job. It's nice to get the word out on 8-man football. It really is football, and we're happy.
I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick break, come back right after this.
Have you heard of all the mortgage options we have to offer? NEW Credit Union is here for you when you're ready to make your move. We do home purchases, mortgage refinancing, loans for cabins and vacation homes, as well as land. We also have a home equity line of credit and home improvement loans too. Call one of our helpful mortgage specialists today for all the details. 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Or start your application online at www.newcu.org. NEW Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Shawano, and Oconto counties. Federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Certain terms, fees, and closing costs may apply. Property insurance may be required. All loans subject to approval. We have offices in Oconto, Oconto Falls, and Surrey. At NEW Credit Union, we can help you own it.
They say the great American dream is starting and owning your own business. A lot of you out there right now probably do stuff on the side. Do you regard it just as hobbies and don't even include it on your taxes? What tax savings opportunities are you missing with all the loopholes that the tax code is chock full of? You need someone to drive the bus, as they say, to success. That's what I will do. Greg Anderson out of Marinette, 715-735-0583. Milking every last loophole in the tax code for your benefit.
Okay, here are 5 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a high school sport.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline, sportsmanship, and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages and fewer disciplinary problems.
Number 3.
High school sports help fight teen obesity and substance abuse.
Here's number 4.
High school sports provide wholesome, constructive after-school activity, perfect for today's families.
And number 5.
And high school sports are safer than ever before. Injury surveillance and research, better equipment, and the continuing education programs for coaches provided by state and national athletic associations have made high school sports safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
And Lena and White Lake Elko 16-6 with a win over Lena St. Thomas Aquinas. And again, it comes to 2 short field issues where they gave up the ball in short field. They spent 3 short fields, and they only scored 2.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. And it was a short field because 80% of the game was played on the even side of the field.
Yeah. But the defense stiffened up enough, and you're right, there is some issues they have to tighten up on offense. There is a lot of capable people out there that can do the job, but they have to be able to work together a little bit better and tighten that up. Because you see that Farley can throw the football.
Yeah, when they give, as long as they give them a little bit of time. There's nobody can throw the ball if you got guys hanging on you,
right.
You know, a second after you drop back.
So next week we're in O'Connell Falls for their home opener, and they're taking on Little Chute. Weekend after that, we'll have Eric and we'll be in Joe on Thursday and O'Connell Falls on Friday.
And Joe lost at White Lake tonight, 14-0 was the final.
Yeah, and it's again there. Just like Lena lost a lot, from graduation. Joe did the same. So,
yep.
Kurt, thank you for stopping in, and it's been a good opening night. Not good as far as Lena's concerned for the loss, but they did not get blown out.
And the weather was really nice for the first game, or it could have been nasty.
So, again, we'll be back again on Friday night as we head to O'Connell Falls. Kirk, thanks Dale, and thank you to Lena High School for your hospitality for WOCO Sports. I'm Roy Walters reporting. Good night, everyone.
The sun goes down, the stars come out, and all that counts is here and now. My universe will never be the same. I'm glad you came.
That has been high school football featuring Lena St. Thomas Aquinas. I want to thank our WOCO sports boosters, the O'Connell Falls Insurance Center, O'Connell Pharmacy, 24/7 Well Service, Islandfeld, Scatchroot and Anderson, Greg Anderson, CPA, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, Witt's Piggly Wiggly Store, and your NEW Credit Union.
Hand you another drink, drink it if you can. Can you spend a little time? Time is slipping away from us, so stay with me. I can make you glad you.
This happened once before. I came to your door, no reply. They said it wasn't you, but I saw you peep through your window. I saw the light. I saw the light. I know that you saw me as I looked up to see your face. I tried to telephone, they said you were not home. That's a lie, 'cause I know where you've been, and I saw you walking your door. I nearly died, I nearly died, 'cause you walked hand in hand with another man in my place. If I were you, I'd realize that I love you more telephone, you said you were not home. That's a lie. 'Cause I know where you've been, and I saw you walking your door. I nearly died. I nearly died. 'Cause you walk hand in hand with another man in my place. No reply. No reply.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
The President of the United States has not visited Louisiana since it's been ravaged by deadly floods, but the Republican nominee for his job has.
Obama ought to get off the golf course and get down there.
Donald Trump speaking there at a rally in Michigan hours after he changes his original schedule for the day so that he and his running mate Mike Pence can visit the state.
The spirit of the people is incredible.
The White House now saying President Obama will visit Louisiana to view the flood damage on Tuesday. The man who's been Donald Trump's campaign chairman is no longer working on the nominee's campaign as Paul Manafort has resigned. This comes a few days after Breitbart News chairman Stephen Bannon was named campaign CEO and veteran Republican operative Kellyanne Conway became Trump's campaign manager. Wall Street closes with losses. This is USA Radio News.
We all want to live long, healthy lives, and we know that smoking is not a part of making that happen. We all know the dangers, but we also know that it's tough to quit smoking and make it stick. And that's where NicoBlock comes in. It comes in a little bottle, and when you put it on the filter of your cigarette, it blocks the inhalation of tar and nicotine. So you got to check this out. Go to nicoblock.tv and find out more. You can also call 877-835-6060. Now, whether this is your first time quitting or your fifth, NicoBlock is your best chance to stop smoking for good. The taste doesn't change, and neither does your satisfaction. But what does change is your dependence on nicotine. And as you increase the number of NicoBlock drops, you'll gradually decrease your tar and nicotine intake. It's that simple. It's gradual. It's effective. Call 877-835-6060. Stop smoking. Make it for good this time. 877-835-6060 or go to nicoblock.tv.
Yep.
Sound mysterious? It's not. It's just the sounds of now and then. Right here on WOCO Stereo FM Ocanto. Come and join us. Sit a spell. Stay for a while and enjoy the great music right here on WOCO.
Mainly cloudy skies tonight with scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll see a low temperature of 65 degrees with winds out of the west at 5 to 10. Saturday, thunderstorms are likely with a high temperature of 74 and east winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Sunday, look for a chance of showers with a high temperature of 70. Monday, plenty of sun with a high temperature of 73. And for Tuesday, look for a chance of showers with a high temperature of 80. Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms with a high temperature of 78 degrees. That's your latest forecast. For WOCO Radio, I'm meteorologist Ray Miller.
It's 9:33. We're at 69 degrees.
We're in trouble, I know it. I can feel it in the air. There's danger around us, every corner. There is something to fear. Somebody's coming, I can hear them. We have started to run, nobody's moving. It's slow motion, and we're both scared. We're alive, we survived, and we put up a big fight. Even though there were shadows in the night. And it's frightening, just like life is. Trying our best to survive.
feel it just won't go away. We're alive, we survive, and we put up our goodbye. And somehow we have found our way to life. We're alive, we survive, and we put up our big fight. Even though there were shadows in the night, and we do all we can to win the fight. And even when we don't know, we will make it through again.
Woke up in the middle of the night to a sound of a fire, sound of a fire. Running, running, everybody was running, running. Lock the door, throw away the key. Somebody was trying to take a piece out of me. Somebody help me, help me. Somebody help me, help me. Slipping out the back door, from the front porch to New York, like a big torch. Big torch. Obstacles don't make no fuss, spread the word.
And it's right to the end. We can move on far, and then we start again and again. We start again. We're alive, we have survived, 'cause we put up such a fight. And somehow we have found our way to life. We're alive, we have survived. We won't have a good fight. Even though there were shadows in the night, we won the fight. From the shadows in the night.
Play Spellbound and Win Monday through Friday, 9:15 after Lutheran Meditations on WOCO Stereo FM.
I think the universe is on my side. Heaven and earth have finally aligned. Days are good, and that's the way it should be. You sprinkle stardust on my pillowcase. It's like a moonbeam brushed across my face. Nights are good, and that's the way it should be. You make me sing, ooh, la la la. You make a girl go, ooh, I'm in love, love. Did you see that shooting star tonight? Were you dazzled by the same constellation? Did you and Jupiter conspire to get me? I think you and the moon and Neptune got it right. 'Cause now I'm shining bright, so bright, bright, so bright. And I see colors in a different way. You make what doesn't matter fade to gray. Life is good, and that's the way it should be. You make me sing, ooh, la la la. You make a girl go, ooh, I'm in love, love. Did you see that shooting star tonight? Were you dazzled by the same constellation? Did you and Jupiter conspire to get me? I think you and the moon and Neptune got it right. 'Cause now I'm shining bright, so bright. And I get lost in your eyes. Did you see that shooting star tonight? Were you dazzled by the same constellation? Did you and Jupiter conspire to get me? I think you and the moon and Neptune got it right. I think you and the moon and Neptune got it right. 'Cause now I'm shining bright, so bright, bright, so bright, bright, so bright. And I get lost in your eyes tonight.
Every day I wake up at 5 to give Dad his medicine. Every day I wake up at 5 to give Dad his medicine. At 6 I make his breakfast. Every day I wake up at 5 to give Dad his medicine. At 6 I make his breakfast. At 7 I shower. Every day I wake up
For those caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
It's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so. It's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so. I've never been awake. I've never seen a day break. Laying on my pillow in the morning. And then staying there, music in my head, and crazy music playing in the morning. I like, it's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so. It's magic, you know. If I ran away, I'd never have the strength to go very far. How would they hear the beating of my heart? Will it go cold, the secret that I hide? Will I grow? How will they hear? When will they learn? How will they A man can tell 1,000 lies. I've learned my lesson well. Hope I live to tell the secret I have learned. Till then, it will burn inside of me. The truth is never far behind.
News is next, right here on WOCO, Stereo FM, Oconto, Wisconsin.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
We're doing everything we can to make sure that we make the city safe for our residents and for our tourists.
That's the mayor of Miami Beach after the CDC advises pregnant women to stay away from Miami Beach because of the Zika virus threat.
We got a very talented, dedicated staff at Miami Beach that's doing everything in its power to make sure that we reduce this threat as much as possible.
Mayor Philip Levine speaks hours after the CDC issued that warning after officials confirmed 5 new locally transmitted cases of Zika in the Miami Beach area.
And honestly, Obama ought to get golf course and get down there.
That's Republican nominee Donald Trump speaking to a rally in Michigan after hours earlier. He toured parts of Louisiana affected by deadly flooding. The White House now says President Obama will be visiting flood-damaged Louisiana on Tuesday. This is USA Radio News.
Hello, I'm Eric, a student at Hillsdale College. Here is Hillsdale President Larry Arnn on progressivism's appeal and danger.
Progressivism has been powerful for 2 kinds of reasons. First of all, its promise is a very high promise. It claims that it can put everything right. And the second thing is, it draws on modern science for a lot of its authority, and modern science is very powerful. Modern science cured polio. Modern science put a man on the moon. The question is, what do you do with the power? If you give absolute power or excessive power to a bunch of people, over time, they're very likely to abuse it. Remember, the richest country in the history of man in peacetime has assembled a debt larger than any in history. And it is getting to the place now where it's not going to be able to afford to go on.
This Constitution Minute was brought to you by Hillsdale College. To receive a free pocket Constitution and declaration, go to constitutionminute.com.
2 days after a shakeup that brought in 2 new campaign members up at the top, the man who's been Donald Trump's campaign manager is out as Paul Manafort's resigned.
Meantime, Trump's campaign is releasing its first ad of the general election campaign.
In Hillary Clinton's America, the system stays rigged against Americans. Donald Trump's America is secure.
Trump ad will run in 4 battleground states through the end of the month. The states are Florida, Ohio, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania.
That's correspondent Evan Heidenreich reporting. Firefighters starting to get some control over the Blue Cut fire burning 60 miles east of Los Angeles. It's charred about 37,000 acres, but containment has gone from about 4% late yesterday to about 26% today. 2 people died, 17 others were injured when 2 buses collided in Newark, New Jersey this morning. Police say one of the drivers died when the empty bus T-boned another one, nearly ripping it in half. This is USA Radio News.
What's at stake at this election? A lot. From the freedom to publicly practice and proclaim your faith to the nomination of Supreme Court justices, matters of critical importance to Christians are looming in the days ahead. That's why we invite you to join us on September 9th through 11th in Washington, D.C. for the Values Voters Summit. Come to learn, be encouraged, and meet others who will stand for the renewal of this great nation. Visit valuesvotersummit.org for more information.
What at minimum were tall tales told by Ryan Lochte and 3 other U.S. Olympic swimmers are going to be investigated by a disciplinary commission being launched by the International Olympic Committee. Lochte and the 3 others accused of lying to police about being robbed at gunpoint. Lochte apologized today. Nearly 11,000 released so he could return home in Brazil. On the 25th anniversary of New York City's Crown Heights, the mayor at the time, David Dinkins, is defending the role that he played at the time.
25 years after the riots in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, the former mayor says much has changed.
The community does much, much better today than it did 25 years ago.
The 3 days of rioting broke out after a black child was hit and killed by a Jewish driver, and then hours later, a young Jewish man was stabbed to death by black teens. Former Mayor David Dinkins still rejects criticism that he did not do enough to stop the violence.
It was so unfair for me to be accused of holding back the police and permitting blacks to attack Jews, given my record with the Jewish community and the state of Israel.
Many tie the Crown Heights riots to Dinkins' failed bid for re-election in 1993. Sharon Reed, New York.
And the 7-Eleven Slurpee is 50 years old today. The convenience store is celebrating with its annual Bring Your Own Cup Day today and tomorrow. You bring any size cup into the convenience store, you can fill it up for just $1.50. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
WOCO Stereo FM, Ocanto.
Mainly cloudy skies tonight with scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll see a low temperature of 65 degrees with winds out of the west at 5 to 10. Saturday, thunderstorms are likely with a high temperature of 74 and east winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Sunday, look for a chance of showers with a high temperature of 70. Monday, plenty of sun with a high temperature of 73. And for Tuesday, look for a chance of showers with a high temperature of 80. Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms with a high temperature of 78 degrees. That's your latest forecast for WOCO Radio. I'm meteorologist Ray Miller.
It's 10:05. We're at 69 degrees.
And now, When Radio Was. Brought to you by Radiospirits.com.
I'm your host, Greg Bell, and we begin this time with Arthur Conan Doyle's literary detective, Sherlock Holmes. And after that, Bob Bailey as freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar, in the second installment of The Shepherd Matter, which originally played out back in the spring of 1956. Well, about a decade earlier, famed Holmes portrayer Basil Rathbone quit both the film series and the radio show. And for a while, his co-star Nigel Bruce would continue as Dr. Watson on radio, joined now by Tom Conway. Then in 1947, a Mutual Broadcasting System version was launched, and that's where this episode is from. Announcer Cy Harris provides the name of the lead actors, as well as the details. I'll just let you know it's from February 8th, 1948.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft Clothes for Men and 1,036 leading retail stores from coast to coast present the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Tonight's adventure, the case of the sanguinary Spectre. Well, here we are, Dr. Watson. This time it's a sleet storm we've waded through to reach your cheerful fireside.
And a Sherlock Holmes adventure, Mr. Harris. Let's not forget that's the real lodestone that brings you on these periodic pilgrimages.
Right, Doctor. Nor sleet, nor snow, nor dark of night can keep this Sherlock Holmes addict from his weekly story, believe me, to paraphrase a much more famous quotation.
Very flattering, I'm sure, Mr. Harris.
Well, what's tonight's adventure about, Doctor?
Tonight, I think I'll tell you how Holmes revisited the ancient manor called Hurlstone, and how the lady of the manor told a ghostly story which turned out to be more authentic than even she anticipated, what with the blood that dripped slowly out the wainscoting. And to begin at the beginning, Holmes, as you know, in his cerebral processes, was the neatest and most methodical individual. But in his personal habits, he was the untidiest man that ever drove a fellow lodger to distraction. Not that I'm what you'd call painfully tidy myself.
Oh, now, Dr. Watson, you're always neat as a pin.
With clipper crafts, that's easy. But don't interrupt me. Where was I? Oh, yes. I'm certainly not what you'd call prissy, but when I find a man who keeps his cigars in the coal scuttle, his tobacco in the toe of a Persian slipper, and his unanswered correspondence transfixed by a jackknife in the very center of the mantelpiece, then I begin to give myself virtue of airs.
I don't wonder, Doctor.
Imagine then my surprise when on returning one afternoon from making my medical rounds, I found Holmes in a stiff collar and wearing his Prince Albert. Furthermore, he was tidying up his chemical table and kicking his notebooks, papers, and other impedimenta out of sight under the sofa.
For I'm to be queen of the May, mother, for I'm to be queen of the May.
Holmes! What in heaven's name is the...
Watson, your overshoes. Kindly leave them outside. Can't have you tracking mud about.
Holmes, have you taken leave of your senses? Aren't you feeling well?
Certainly I'm feeling well. Never felt better. But don't stand there with your mouth open like a ninny. Help me clear this litter off the sofa. Here, take this gasogene and the morning papers. And here's the microscope and your top hat. Oh, good Lord, there she is now.
Who?
Mrs. Reginald Musgrave, of course. She's coming to pay us a call. Well, don't just stand there with that stuff. Put it away somewhere.
Oh, where, for the love of heaven?
Behind the curtains or the door. No, wait. Chuck it here in the umbrella stand. Hurry.
All right. There.
All neat and shipshape. Not a thing out of place. Except your back hair, Watson. Do slap it down. There's a good chap.
Oh, go to blazes.
Well, open the door for Mrs. Musgrave. Open the door.
Oh, Holmes, you are the most exasperating man, the most...
How do you do, Dr. Watson?
Won't you come in, Mrs. Musgrave? Why, it's not Mrs. Musgrave at all. It's the Honourable Alice Adair, Lady Maynooth's charming sister-in-law.
I was Alice Adair, Dr. Watson, until Mr. Holmes introduced me to his old classmate, Reginald Musgrave, some months ago. It was one weekend last spring when he escorted Lady Maynooth and myself down to Sussex to view the Stuart crown. Right then and there, I fell in love with Hurlstone and determined to become its mistress. Of course, I had to marry Reggie to accomplish my purpose.
Had a meeting out of her hand inside of 20 minutes. One flutter of her eyelid and Reggie was a goner.
And I never knew you even met the blighter.
Sherlock, you mean you didn't tell him about the wedding? Now, really, that's too bad of you. Mr. Holmes was best man, Dr. Watson.
Oh?
Reggie and I were married in the registry office. You know how skittery middle-aged bachelors are about a big wedding.
Well, my dear Alice, how are things at Hurlstone?
Dreadful. I'm so annoyed with Reggie, I'm hardly speaking to him. If he goes through with it, I shall divorce him, whether I have grounds or not.
Goes through with what?
He's threatening to sell the estate.
Oh, good Lord, no. Why, the Musgraves have always lived at Hurlstone.
That's what I keep telling him.
Well, besides, it's famous. It's the oldest inhabited building in the county.
That's what he keeps telling me. He says it's too old to be inhabited any longer. He has absolutely no feeling for all those darling old mullioned windows and the beautiful old mantelpieces and paneling. Keeps on telling me it's damp and draughty. It's his rheumatism, of course, that makes him so unreasonable. That and that wretched Stuart crown you discovered for him, Sherlock. Did you have to do that?
But, my dear Alice, he was delighted when we found the royal diadem. If I'd handed him £1 million, he couldn't have been more excited.
Well, it's turned out to be a regular Frankenstein's monster. People come from all over to see this stupid thing. They come in droves, by carriage and charabanc and lorry. They come and bring their lunches. We haven't a moment's privacy.
Why doesn't he send it off to a museum where it belongs?
Because that's what the government wanted him to do in the first place. Well, things have been going from bad to worse. All those trippers tramping through the shrubbery were bad enough. But that dreadful boy yesterday afternoon, that's what really put the petticoats on the Queen.
What boy are you referring to, Alice?
That horrible little urchin we found in the tea garden, pulling up Reggie's prize petunia by the roots.
Here, I say. What's this? What's this?
Oh, it's Alfie, Governor. Picking wildflowers, he is. How he do love nature.
Well, tell him to stop. Those are not wild flowers. Those are my best imported French petunias.
French, eh? Well, what do you know? Here, that's enough, Alfie. That's enough poses. And now we'll go and see the pretty crown.
I don't want to see no crown. What a big posy.
Now, stop it, I say. Put that plant back where you found it.
Do like the old man tells you, Alfie. And wipe your nose.
Oh, tell him to stop that infernal racket, or I shan't permit you to see the crown at all.
Here now, hold on there. You can't refuse to let Alfie see the crown. It's historic. He's got as much right to look at it as you have.
That settles it. I'll sell the place, and the grounds, and the ruddy crown as well. I'll sell it to Plunkett, the Pickle King. See if I don't. Good Lord, don't tell me old Plunkett has offered to buy Hurlstone.
So it seems, Sherlock. I told Reggie if he even thought of it, I'd never speak to him again. But that only made him more determined. You've no idea how obstinate he can be.
Pig-headed is the word, my dear Alice.
Yes, well, perhaps you're right. That's what comes of his staying a bachelor until he was pushing 40.
Hear that, Watson? Let it be a lesson to you.
He was probably waiting until you happened along, Mrs. Musgrave.
Hi, Dr. Watson. What a charming thing to say. You must make Sherlock bring you down for the weekend.
Thank you. What weekend? I'm attending no elegant weekend parties at Hurlstone.
Oh, yes, you are. You're responsible for this brainstorm of Reggie's. If you hadn't discovered that wretched crown, you wouldn't want to sell the place. And if it weren't for the crown, I'm sure Hennessy Plunkett wouldn't dream of buying it.
Hurlstone in the possession of Hennessy Plunkett, the Pickle King. It would be sacrilege.
He even talks about putting out a new brand, Crown Pickles, with a picture of the Stuart crown on the bottle.
Oh, shocking bad taste.
I will not have that dreadful old vulgarian strutting around the property. He'd ruin it in no time. Sherlock, you and Dr. Watson simply must come down and help me to save Hurlstone from that pickle peddler. Mr. Plunkett, but how delightful to have you here for a visit.
Never buy anything before I've tried a sample of it, ma'am. Might not be able to sleep here. Get terrible insomnia sometimes in the country.
Well, of course, the frogs and crickets around Hurlstone are rather noisy.
Oh, rot. Divas, take Mr. Plunkett things up to the Blue Room, next to the bar.
Hold on there, Musgrave. Is that the room King Charles hid out in when he was beating it up north of Scotland?
No, the Stuart room is in the old wing, Mr. Plunkett. You wouldn't want to sleep there. There's, well, there's no plumbing in that part of the house.
Oh, look here, Miss Musgrave. I was a grown man before I even knowed there was such a thing as indoor plumbing. Besides, what's good enough for King Charles is good enough for me.
Yes, but that is, if you're a light sleeper, well, the ghost might keep you awake.
Ghost? Look here, Musgrave, you didn't tell me Hurlstone had a ghost.
Why, of course. The Stuart room has always had a ghost.
Oh, ridiculous. Charles didn't die there, Alice. He only hid there for a week or so.
Pay no attention to Reggie, Mr. Plunkett. He doesn't begin to know all the historical facts about this house. Now, since I came here, I've been reading up on all the old documents in the library. This house has had a frightening and gory history, Mr. Plunkett.
Oh, Alice, really?
Well, what do you know? I guess those Britishers were kind of rugged in the olden days. So the place has a ghost. You know, I've always sort of had a hankering to meet a spook. Don't have any where I come from.
Really? No ghosts in Pittsville?
Pittsburgh. That's where I hail from, Miss Musgrave. I was born in a shack in Shantytown. Imagine if I was to end up sleeping in the bed King Charles slept in. With a ghost besides.
It's rather an unpleasant ghost, I'm afraid. The ghost of Lady Daphne, who shot her lover in the wainscoting.
You don't say. Tell me about it.
Well, it seems that Lady Daphne's husband was always going off to the wars, leaving her behind with her housekeeping and her needlework. Women didn't read in those days, you know, so she had no good books to divert her mind. Suddenly, one morning, a young huntsman, all in green, drove up on a chestnut stallion.
Oh, nice color combination, my dear.
Oh, don't interrupt, Reggie.
Sorry.
Well, it seemed that he'd been gored by a deer or something. So Lady Daphne put him in the best guest room.
The one King Charles had made famous.
Oh, don't be stupid, Reggie.
No.
This was back in the days of the Plantagenets. The Stuarts hadn't even been heard of. Lady Daphne nursed the huntsman back to health and fell in love with him. It created quite a scandal, I guess, because pretty soon even old Lord Musgrave heard about it and came sneaking back from the wars one dark night.
Very unsporting of them. Eh, Musgrave?
Rather, yes.
Well, of course, you couldn't really sneak very successfully in the armor they wore in those days. So the Lady Daphne and her lover heard him tiptoeing up the hall. And quick as a flash, Lady Daphne shoved her lover into a sort of cupboard in the wainscoting. And when Lord Musgrave came clattering in, she was back in bed, sound asleep. She looked so pretty there, he didn't have the heart to wake her. He just called a couple of his serving men, and they boarded up the closet with the lover inside.
And the lady and her lover were so terrified they never said boo. And the poor chap just sat there and quietly suffocated to death.
Reggie, I thought you didn't know that story.
Yes, I fancy I've read that manuscript at some time or other.
Well, finally, after several days, the Lady Daphne couldn't stand the strain any longer. She took out her husband's revolver and fired a shot through the wainscoting. And pretty soon a slow trickle of blood came out onto the floor.
Well, that's a departure I hadn't read about.
Lord Musgrave pretended not to notice, but went calmly back to the walls. The Lady Daphne's hair turned completely white, of course, and you can still see her wandering about the room, moaning and wringing her hands. So, dear Mr. Plunkett, I really don't think you should sleep in the steward room if you suffer from insomnia.
Oh, don't you worry, Miss Musgrave. If anyone's going to be scared tonight, it'll be Lady Daphne, not me.
Pass Dr. Watson the pot, Sherlock. That's a good fellow. His glass is empty.
Oh, what's up, Reggie?
Oh, just a twinge in my left knee. Must be a storm coming up. That knee's a regular barometer.
Dashed fine port you have, Musgrave. Must be old.
My dear Mr. Plunkett, the port in this house was laid down by my great-grandfather.
Oh, you don't say. The cellar goes to the house, of course.
Well, what remains of it? There are only 3 bottles left beside this one. Afraid all my forebears have been heavy port drinkers.
The Musgrave port has always been famous, Mr. Plunkett.
Oh, yes, Dr. Watson. Nothing could persuade me to part with the place if we still had the cellar we had in my grandfather's or even my father's day. Oh, well. Sic transit gloria mundi. Oh, confound that knee.
It's a reliable weather prophet at any rate. Here comes the storm.
Can't say I like thunderstorms and never have. Got some bad ones in the Alleghenies when I was a boy. I've seen lightning bounce off of those mountains like it was the devil playing ninepin. Always crawled into my old man's feather bed when I heard it coming. Lightning can't get you if you're in a feather bed. Yes. You wouldn't have a feather bed here at Hurlstone, would you?
Why, yes, we have some eider-down coverlets, I believe. But don't you think it'll be too warm? I mean, it's only the beginning of September.
It blazes with the heat. You tell Devers to bring me a couple up to my room. I'm going to get into bed right now.
We'll be back with more of Sherlock Holmes right after this short break.
The Kings of Concussion, Vince and Larry.
If you don't wear your seatbelt and your car rolls, my friend, that's when your headaches begin. When your fragile body flips end over end, that's when your headaches begin. Tell him, Vince.
Now, baby, listen up. Seatbelts are something you can't live without. When that car rolls over, it spits you right out.
Yes, it does. So please wear your seatbelts, 'cause your skull doesn't bend. That's when your headaches begin.
A message from the Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
And now let's get back to Sherlock Holmes and the case of the sanguinary specter on When Radio Was.
Devers, you can light the fire in that fireplace.
Yes, sir, but if you're going to retire,
Now,
sir...
don't give me an argument. Lightning has a habit of coming down chimneys on account of the draft and the cold air. But if there's a fire lit and there's hot air going up, it can't get in.
Dear. That was a close one, wasn't it? Sounded like it hit the old oak. Lightning is always hitting the old oak, but it doesn't seem to mind. That was the oak mentioned in the ritual, you know. I've been here since the Norman invasion, they say.
Light that fire, Dad, blast it.
Yeah, very good, sir, very good. There you are, sir.
Here, help me off with my boots.
Why, you are shivering, sir, and that's a fact. I can even hear your teeth chattering.
Never mind my teeth. Hand me my nightshirt.
Yes, very good, sir. Shall I bring you some water to wash and brush your teeth in?
I don't brush my teeth. All right, curtain out. Out of the way. I'm getting into bed.
Very good, sir. Anything else, sir?
Just get out and leave me to get to sleep.
Yes, sir. If you should want anything, I'm afraid you'll just have to yell, sir. There's no bell in this part of the house. Yell good and loud, sir, and maybe someone will hear you. Well, sir, I'll blow out the candle, huh? Good night, sir. Pleasant dreams.
Bed's as cold as an icebox. Storm's blowing over, thank heaven. What's that? Mice. Must be mice. Whole place probably full of mice. Have to clean them out if I buy the house. Now what? Woodwork creaking. Always does in old houses. Lord, it's quiet. Can't even hear the storm. What's that? Sounds like a woman's skirts. There's a draft. Casement must have blown open. It's a curtain rustling. That's what it is. Old houses full of drafts, noises. Maybe I should think twice before I buy the place. Still, Plunkett's Crown Pickles with a picture of the Stuart crown. Yeah, good advertising. It sounds just like a woman's petticoat. Confound it, that fire's dying down. Shadows. Nothing but shadows. That is a woman's petticoat. But I can't see anyone. Oh, rubbish, Plunkett. No such thing as ghosts. No such... What's that? Wind coming up. Wind in the chimney. Pull yourself together, Plunkett. Wonder what time it is. A light match. Look at my watch. It's half a minute to midnight. Midnight. And the ghosts and goblins. No! Match burn my fingers. Confound that creaking. I'm beginning to imagine things. Funny, I swear there was someone else in this room with me. No, don't be an idiot, Plunkett. Who could it be? Who could possibly be here? It's got a shot. A gunshot. Right here in this room. Help! Help! Someone's shooting at me! Help! Matches. Light the candle. Gotta get out of here. Oh! Oh! Floor is icy. Floor is... Oh! Oh! There's something wet and sticky. I stepped in it. Oh, blast it. My hand's shaking so I can't light the candle. At last. Now let's have a look. There is something on the floor. It's red. It's blood. It's trickling out of the wainscoting beside the fireplace. Help! Help! Get me out of here! Get me out!
What's the matter? Are you hurt, Mr. Plunkett?
Yes. Shots. Musgrave. You heard the shots. That ghost came in here and shot at me.
Oh, nonsense. Alice only made up that story. There couldn't...
Oh, no, you don't. I know when I've been shot at. You couldn't give me this house now. Where's my pants?
Oh, don't be an arse, Plunkett. No one could have shot at you. There was no one in this room but yourself.
Maybe no living person. But look over there. Next to the fireplace. Someone shot that hole in the woodwork.
Oh, rubbish. That's a knothole. Just a knothole.
Oh, yeah? Then what is that stuff trickling out onto the floor?
Great heavens, Reggie. It's blood.
Of course it's blood. Where's my coat and shoes?
But it can't be blood. No one could be behind the paneling. Why, this is too fantastic. I'm going to rip open the woodwork.
I wouldn't advise it, my dear Reggie. Not while Mr. Plunkett's here. He doesn't look as if he could stand another shock. Better not reveal the Musgrave horror before strangers, don't you know?
Oh, you're right, Mr. Holmes. I don't want no truck with family skeletons. I've had enough. I'm getting out. I don't ever want to see any part of Hurlstone again.
Wait, Mr. Plunkett, you can't go like that.
Blazes, I can't. Goodbye.
But you've forgotten your teeth.
And now to return to Hurlstone Manor, where Sherlock Holmes and Reginald Musgrave are ripping away the wainscoting in the Stuart room.
wish you wouldn't open up that paneling, Reggie. Better let sleeping dogs lie and all that. I had no idea that ghost story I made up would turn out to be true.
Stop blithering, Allison. Hand me that chisel.
Oh, I wish I'd never thought up that ghost. I wish I'd never mentioned it to old Plunkett. I never dreamt there would be anything behind that paneling.
Now, calm yourself, Alice. It's not as bad as you think it is. As a matter of fact, I suspect that Reggie is in for a rather pleasant surprise.
But there was a shot. 2 shots. I heard them distinctly.
2 explosions, possibly. Shots, no. I rather imagine the heat of the fire caused them. Reggie, how long since you've had a fire in that fireplace?
Never. At least not as long as I can remember. And no one's used this part of the house since the other wing was built during the reign of William and Mary. Oh, confound it, this paneling won't budge. Now, yeah, I finally got a wedge in. Here, help me pry it loose. 1, 2...
Oh, Reggie, I wish you wouldn't.
3.
By Jove, Holmes, there is a closet back of the paneling. But it's filled with bottles. Dozens and dozens of bottles covered with dust and cobwebs.
Yes, and 2 of the bottles have exploded from the heat of the fire.
Oh, here, let's have a look at one of them.
It won't be necessary. I can tell you what's in them. Port. Excellent port. I rather suspect, my dear Reginald, that your revered grandfather had a rather special hiding place in this room.
But how do you know it's port?
By the aroma. My olfactory nerves are rather highly developed, you know. The moment I entered the room, I knew that the ruddy fluid Mr. Plunkett had stepped into wasn't blood, but something far more interesting, a superior and venerable vintage of port wine.
Good Lord, and to think I nearly sold the place to that old ruffian with all these bottles still in it. I'd never forgiven myself. He'd never have appreciated them, never.
Oh, Reggie, then you're not angry with me for spoiling your sale? I just couldn't bear to think of leaving Hurlston.
Oh, there, my dear, I forgive you. And the next time you think up a ghost story, do try to be a bit more original.
Why, Reggie, what do you mean?
If old Plunkett hadn't been a complete ignoramus, he'd have recognized the incident of the lover being bricked up in the woodwork. It's one of the most famous bits of French literature, you know.
By Jove, of course. No wonder I thought it sounded familiar.
I don't so much mind your swiping your plots, my dear Alice. The best storytellers do, you know. Ask Dr. Watson.
Oh, now really, Holmes.
You must try to be a trifle more accurate, you know. Anachronisms are taboo, my dear, in the best literary circles.
Why, Sherlock, what do you mean?
No Plantagenet lady would go popping at her lover with a pistol.
Why not?
They hadn't been invented. Oh, I'll admit gunpowder was not unknown. Cannon were undoubtedly used at Crécy and Poitiers, but personal firearms for private homicide were quite unavailable.
Oh, dear. Next time I'll say she finished him off with a bow and arrow.
Well, never mind the historical inaccuracies. Opening this panel has been dusty work, and I'm parched. What do you say we break out a bottle and see if the contents of Grandfather's private vault is up to standard?
An excellent idea, my dear Reggie. An excellent idea.
Very well. But I warn you, this is one time the ladies do not leave the table while the port goes round.
Well, Dr. Watson, that certainly was an unusual Sherlock Holmes adventure, when the stain on the floor turns out to be wine instead of blood.
Oh, we had our lighter moments, Mr. Harris. We had our lighter moments, but don't get too relaxed, because next week's adventure is a real old-fashioned hair-raiser. Next week, I think I'll tell you how Holmes and I made a very sinister discovery in the ancient burial crypt at Shoscombe Old Place, and how it explained the strange behavior of Lady Falder's spaniel.
Our stories are based upon the character of Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sherlock Holmes is played by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by Alfred Shirley, and the dramatizations are by Edith Meiser. Sherlock Holmes is produced and directed by Basil Lochran with special music by Albert Berman.
A Sherlock Holmes episode from February 8th, 1948. I'm Greg Bell, and next on Win Radio was it's the second installment of the 5-part Yours Truly Johnny Dollar storyline, The Shepherd Matter, starring Bob Bailey. We'll be right back.
Ride the wave with Music Rewind musicrewind.com and Surf's Comin', a 3-CD set of 75 amazing songs from the pioneers of surf, such as Link Ray, The Ventures, The Beach Boys, Dwayne Eddy, Jan and Dean, Johnny and the Hurricanes, and many more. Get Surf's Comin' now at musicrewind.com or call 800-206-5002 and pay the incredibly low price of $19.98 for this 3-CD set. Plus, receive a bonus of reduced shipping. Just enter or mention promo code SURF77. 75 surfing smash hits. Wild Weekend, Jesse Pearl, Surfin' Safari, Shazam, Do the Surfer Stomp, and many more. All on Surf's Comin' for only $19.98. Just go to musicrewind.com today or call 800-206-5002. Use promo code SURF77 to save on shipping. Now, call 800-206-5002 or go to musicrewind.com today. Remember promo code SURF77 for reduced shipping. This offer is available for a limited time to U.S. residents only and cannot be combined with any other offer.
Sometimes what you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises. No anxiety when it's late at night and you're on some distant freeway in a thunderstorm. Owning a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz can be that anxiety-free experience on every level. You know you're in one of the safest and most thoughtfully engineered vehicles on the road, and with an unlimited mileage warranty, you can drive as far as you want for up to 3 years, with roadside assistance included. Your sense of confidence and adventure are as unlimited as the warranty itself. Now you can drive the car of your dreams and realize that nothing is everything. And during the certified pre-owned sales event now through August 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and 0.99% APR financing on select models available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties. APR offer available only to qualified customers. Call 1-800-FOR-Mercedes for details about costs and terms.
Welcome back to When Radio Was, where it's time to resume the Yours Truly Johnny Dollar storyline, The Shepherd Matter. It originally played out back in the spring of 1956, and this is the second installment. Enjoy.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Dick Porter, Mr. Dollar.
Hi.
Did you check on Dr. Shepard?
Yeah.
Do I write up his policies?
Well, that's up to you, Mr. Porter. Dr. Shepard's life has been threatened.
What?
That's according to him. And the man who threatened his life has definite homicidal tendencies, also according to Dr. Shepard.
Well, well, what do you think?
Porter, I think Dr. Shepard's a liar.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Richard Porter, 480 Webster Boulevard, Providence, Rhode Island. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Shepard matter. More expenses. Item 3, 26 cents. 1 bottle of aspirin for Mr. Porter. I felt he was going to need it.
I hope you aren't trying to be funny, Mr. Dollar.
I'm not, Mr. Porter. I think you've got a tough decision to make. I know that the commission on $80,000 worth of insurance would be high.
Sit down.
Oh, thanks. Mr. Porter, Dr. Shepard told me he bought, or tried to buy, all that insurance because he thought a man named Forbes was going to kill him. He bought it, he said, to make certain his mother is well provided for. He was carrying a .32 Colt. Now, he spoke of treating Forbes' wife and of advising her that divorce would settle her health problem. Mr. Forbes didn't like that and accused Shepard of trying to wreck his home, and, well, that's about it.
Now, what have we got?
Well, your Dr. Shepard is either nuts or an idiot or the cleverest man alive. I don't know. I do know I believed about one half of what he told me. Maybe less.
What reason would he have to lie?
Beats me. If someone threatened your life or mine, we'd turn to the police for help. Now, Shepard won't do that. Insists that it would probably be hazardous in the case of his patient, Mrs. Forbes.
Well, I don't want to write up this policy if what he says is true. But I don't want to pass up the commission if it isn't true. Can you stick around town for another day or two and find out about it?
I'll do what I can, Mr. Porter. Go ahead. Have an aspirin. He had an aspirin and I had a car ride. Once again, out to the offices of Dr. Shepard. The same things were more or less going on in the same way. His nurse, Miss Streeter, appeared as distraught as ever when she recognized me. There was a quick dabbing at the eyes, a straightening of the hair before she spoke.
Good morning, Mr. Dollar.
Hello. Like to see the doctor again.
He was calling Mr. Porter's office trying to locate you. I'll bug him. Mr. Dollar, do you have anything to do with why Doctor's been carrying a gun?
No. That's his business.
In other words, I should mind my business.
Well, I'm being honest. I've advised him what to do on the matter.
What matter?
He'll have to explain that to you, Miss Streeter. It doesn't make much sense to me.
You can go back now.
Okay, thanks.
Hello, Mr. Dollar.
Hello, Doctor.
You were pretty insulting yesterday.
I'm sorry about that, but we both have a problem to solve. And I get paid sometimes for deliberately insulting people.
You're a stranger.
You want to change your story about all this?
I wish I could change it. It's still a mess, a bad mess. I thought it all out last night, and I still must hold to my original thinking. I have to place my concern for my patient, Mrs. Forbes, before anything else.
In other words, you won't call the police and tell them your life's been threatened.
No, and you're very stubborn about that part. I don't think you comprehend the situation at all.
Look, wait a minute. Let's understand each other, Doctor. If this man Forbes is all you say he is, and you say you're the expert on homicidal tendencies, then the best thing for you to do is to prefer charges against him for threatening your life and have him locked up. Now, you could do that, according to what you've told me about Mrs. Forbes and a servant in their home witnessing his threats.
I will try to explain again. I can't do that for Mrs. Forbes' sake. I just can't. She's been through a shattering ordeal. I must attempt to resolve this quietly. Now, true, I can generally anticipate a man's actions inside my office under clinical conditions, but well, Forbes is different. That's why I tried to contact you today. Someone like you could approach Forbes and possibly persuade him to discard his ideas of violence. Probably do it in a quiet way, too. What does Mr. Porter pay you?
Well, what's that got to do with it?
I'm willing to pay you. I mean, you and I don't seem to get along very well, but I phoned Porter, and he tells me you're one of the best men in your line of business. I'll pay you to go to Paul Forbes and talk to him as I've described.
I can't figure you, Doctor.
Now, let's you and I not get into any personality arguments. Will you do this for me for your regular fee?
I was going to do it anyhow. For Mr. Porter and the fee he pays me. I just wanted to check you first. I'll do it. But I still think it's a matter for the police.
All right, let's leave it this way. You go talk to Forbes. If you think he means to kill me, then I'll call the police and prefer charges against him, patient or no patient. How's that?
That sounds a little more sensible, Doctor. I took down the home address of Paul Forbes and climbed in my rented car and drove over to his home in the gilded edge of the city. A story-and-a-half colonial with all the trimmings. Lawns, trees, Plymouth convertible, a push-button station wagon in the garage. It was a nice warm spring day and some flowers were blooming and smelling up the area in a very nice way. Flies buzzed, bees droned, birds sang. And I went up and pressed the doorbell. I should have gone butterfly catching or taken a plane to Spokane.
Yeah?
I'm looking for Paul Forbes. Does he live here?
Yeah, he sure does. I'm Forbes.
Mr. Forbes, my name is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
Yeah, and I came over to talk to you.
You get out of my way! You go!
The point of his gun slapped against the side of my head, and I went down to my knees. A door slammed somewhere, and someone ran away. I twisted around, trying to see what it was all about. And then I managed to get to my feet in time to see Paul Forbes plunging the Plymouth out the driveway and heading I don't know where.
Oh. My goodness. What happened here? Where's Mr. Forbes? You hurt?
Yeah, I'll be...
Oh, Miss Forbes! Miss Forbes! Oh, let me help you, sir. Here, give me your arm. We better sit you down over here.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, my goodness gracious, sir. How did this happen?
Mr. Forbes swung a gun at me.
Oh, no, sir, no, sir. Oh, no, sir. No, easy, sir. Easy, easy.
Thanks,
You know,
thanks.
let's sit down here.
What happened here?
I'm afraid Mr. Forbes attacked this gentleman, Miss Forbes.
Call the doctor, Upton. Then go to my medicine chest and get some swabs and a pan of cold water.
Right away, ma'am.
Wait, the doctor isn't necessary. It just made me dizzy.
You're cut. It might be deep. Well, get the first aid things and some brandy, Upton.
Right away, ma'am.
This is unforgivable, just unforgivable conduct. Please, I don't know who you are. Are you a friend of Paul's?
No, I'm Johnny Dollar. I wanted to discuss with your husband something. I take it you're Mrs. Forbes.
Yes. Oh, Upton, set them right here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You feeling a little better, sir?
I don't know yet. Hey, let me try some of that.
Yes, certainly, sir, certainly. There we go, sir. Easy now. Easy.
Thanks.
How does it look to you, Upton?
Well, I believe it's not too deep, Mrs. Forbes. How's it feel, Mr. Dollar?
No, I don't think it's very deep. I'll be all right in a minute.
Upton, go telephone Dr. Shepard and tell him to come over here immediately.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Dollar, I can't tell you how sorry I am for this. You can bring suit against us. You can do anything you want to, Mr. Dollar. Paul's temper is just ungovernable these days. He could have killed you. He took the car and ran.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gotten into it. 2 nights ago, he attacked my personal physician, threatened to kill him. And now he's attacked you for no reason at all.
Any idea where he might have gone?
Heaven only knows. Mad. That's what he is, Mr. Dollar. He's mad.
You're listening to The Shepherd Matter with Johnny Dollar. We'll be back with more after this.
There they were in aisle 6. She by the chocolate frosting, he by the jumbo straws. Their eyes met. They drew closer. She spoke. Excuse me, do you know where the garbanzo beans are? Yes, he said. Let me take you there. And they floated down the aisle. Garbanzo beans, he said, handing them to her. No, she said. First, the label. He looked at her with a question in his eyes. So she told him about products that were being made from paper, plastic, metal, and glass that she'd been recycling. And how recycling keeps working only when she buys products that say made from recycled materials. Oh, how she cared for the earth, and how he cared for her. Your number, he said. May I call you? She smiled. Just call 1-800-CALL-EDF. Ask for a free brochure on buying recycled.
This message from the Ad Council, the U.S. EPA, and the Environmental Defense Fund.
Looking for an investment with earth-shaking returns? Don't look on the stock market. Look in your supermarket. Look for any product or packaging made from recycled materials. Then buy them. Because when you buy these products, recycling keeps working. So buy recycled. In a world of investments, it's the only one that means the world to all of us. For a free brochure, call 1-800-CALL-EDF.
This message from the Ad Council, the U.S. EPA, and the Environmental Defense Fund.
And now let's get back to part 2 of The Shepherd Matter on when radio was.
Pauline Forbes had a right to be scared from what I'd seen of her and from what I'd seen of her husband. He was an angry man with a gun in his hand, slugging at anyone in sight. She was a distraught woman with a darkening spot underneath her right eye, and it wasn't mascara. I began to wonder who needed more looking after, Dr. Shepard, Mrs. Forbes, or Johnny Dollar.
Now, you just lie still now, sir.
Well,
I guess you kind of fainted a little bit. Is there anything I can get you, sir?
No, just tell me about Mr. Forbes.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Look, I'm an insurance investigator. I came here today to talk to Mr. Forbes about threatening Dr. Shepard's life.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to talk out of turn, sir. You better discuss that with Miss Forbes.
Now, just one question. Did Mr. Forbes threaten Dr. Shepard's life?
Yes, sir.
You heard him?
I did, sir. He attacked Dr. Shepard here 2 nights ago.
Did he also attack Mrs. Forbes?
Mr. Dollar, this is an unhappy house. Things have gone all wrong here these last few months. Mr. Forbes changed. Miss Forbes, well, I don't know. But please don't ask me to speak up against anyone.
I'm just trying to find out the best thing to do for everybody concerned.
What can you do, sir?
Well, I didn't think anything like this would happen.
Terrible, Doctor. terrible.
Just about settles it. Now, I want you to go up to your room and lie down. There's no sense in your getting any more excited.
I want to see about Mr. Dollar first.
Oh, good morning, Doctor.
Hello, Watson. Let's have a look at this, Dollar. Get that light.
Yes, sir.
How is it?
Well, I don't think it's anything worse than a cut. How do you feel, Dollar?
Oh, an aspirin might straighten me out.
I hope so. Captain?
Yes, I'll get some, sir.
Dollar, I should have taken your advice yesterday. I'm going to take it now. I'm going to call the police and have this man arrested. He might kill somebody next time.
Yeah, am I all right?
Sit up. Dizzy?
Yeah, well,
that'll wear off.
What'll they do to Paul?
Well, they'll take him into custody and probably talk some sense to him.
Oh, this is awful.
You go up to your room now, Mrs. Forbes. We'll handle this. Oh, Upton, take Mrs. Forbes upstairs.
Yes, sir. You just come along, Miss Forbes.
Thank you.
Yeah. She is not a well woman.
She looks all right to me.
I wish she were. I want to get an x-ray on that head. Can you come by the office this afternoon?
Yeah, I guess so.
Give me the police. I doubt if it's concussion or anything like that, but it's best to play safe.
You're a safe player all the time, aren't you, Doctor?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Now, look here. I'm not... Hello? Yes. I want to talk to somebody about a threat on my life. My name is Shepard. Dr. Charles Shepard.
When I left him, he was reporting Paul Forbes to the police. He gave them Forbes' description and the license number of the Plymouth Forbes was driving. I didn't stay beyond that. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should never have left that house. I'm not sure, but if I hadn't left, I might have saved a life.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, well, the big lie is as true as little green apples. Join us, won't you, when I bite into one and spit out a bullet. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
That indeed the second installment of The Shepard Matter, which originally played out back in April 1956. We'll have part 2 at the same time and day on your local radio station next week. I'm Greg Bell, and earlier we heard The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes with John Stanley and Alfred Shirley. And the announcer was Cy Harris. He was pitching for sponsor Clipper Craft Clothes. Well, Harris lived a nice long life. I'll explain, then wrap up when radio was right after this.
Tired of the everyday routine? Ever dream of a life of romantic adventure? You want to get away from it all?
We offer you Escape.
With Radio Spirit's 10 CD collection, Escape, the Hunted and the Haunted, you'll fight against the fickle elements of nature and fortune.
The wind tore at my face. My arms were aching. I felt them slipping from the rock.
Embark upon expeditions to exotic locales.
And then suddenly we burst out into a clearing and stopped in our tracks. For ahead of us, dark and ancient, Its stones worn by tropic rains, grown over with lichen and moss, was a Mayan pyramid, built by men dead for centuries, lost and forgotten in the Valle Diablo.
Free yourself from the four walls of today with 10 hours of high adventure.
People! Here, sit down, sit down. Catch your breath. People! Mars has people. All right, now take your time. You want a drink? Mars is inhabited.
Escape the Hunted and the Haunted is regularly priced at $39.98. But when Radio Oz listeners can get it today for only $19.99, that's half price and get free standard shipping. Just go to radiospirits.com or call 800-833-4248 and use offer code ESCAPE77.
When we came into the open alleyway, we were on the very edge of the village, on a crooked path that ran between the walls and backs of the buildings on one side and the dark, dense mass of the Valle Diablo jungle on the other.
Hurry now. Intrigue, adventure, and romance await. Get Escape, the Hunted and the Haunted today at radiospirits.com or call 800-833-4248 and use offer code ESCAPE77. This offer is available for a limited time to U.S. residents only and cannot be combined with any other offer.
Don't pay more for your new hardwood floor. Lumber Liquidators is the style you want for less. This week, get our newest looks from just $179. And it's your last chance to get 20% off all in-stock Dream Home laminate flooring packages. And up to 15% off pre-finished hardwood with coupon. Get special stack-out deals at every store with 20% off or more on clearance. And more incredible deals from just 69 cents. Plus special financing. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a store near you and get the best deals on the floor you want by Tuesday.
In this box, we have a lidocaine pain patch. And in this box, we have what looks to be another pain patch, Blue Emu's Lidocare. Lidocare offers 4% lidocaine. It's odor-free, ultra-flexible, and it's the only non-water-based lidocaine patch. Yes, I said only. So if you'd prefer this to this, find us at Walgreens, CVS, or Amazon.
Welcome back to When Radio Was. But before the break, I was talking about radio announcer Cy Harris. We heard him earlier pitching for sponsor Clipper Craft Clothes on The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Well, he also worked on The Big Story and The Cavalcade of America, and served as the commercial spokesman for Cheerios and Wheaties on the Lone Ranger radio show in 1955-56. Cy Harris retired to the Grand Teton area, residing in Kelly, Wyoming, until he passed away in 2007, just a couple of weeks shy of his 92nd birthday. I'm Greg Bell, and that'll do it for now, but remember to take a moment and visit the website, which is whenradiowas.com. Until next time, I bid you farewell.
When Radio Was is presented by Radiospirits.com. This is your announcer, Bart Taylor.
Here comes that rainy day.